I've forgotten how to podcast. You go. Pass.
No, that's too much responsibility.
No, I pass.
No, I'm moving on.
Not it. Reverse dibs. Not shotgun.
Reverse backsies.
No backsies. No. Yeah,
sorry.
Technicality. No. Down.
No
boo.
No
over.
upsies. No downsies. Well, definitely no downsies.
Technicality. No down. Boo over.
No down. Boo over. Wait a minute. Are you guys saying burns or boo-earns?
I was saying boo-earns.
I was saying boo-earns.
What are we doing? Where are we?
Who's this?
We had a week off and I've forgotten everything. I don't know how to. I don't feel comfortable in my own skin.
Who are you?
I'm Scott.
Are you? Is it the skin you live in?
It's the skin I live in.
Nice.
It's also mysterious skin.
You know, I still have it burned into my retinas. The pictures from Fur Affinity we looked at last episode with the
baby stuff
with the C word gutters. I don't think I should say the C word a minute 25 in.
Slightly too early for C word gutters.
But C gutters definitely did. It's burned in my retinas. I can never not see it.
I'm writing down C gutters because that
C gutters.
that is a term that is simultaneously very amusing and very upsetting to me.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
And possibly a term we could get to catch on.
Oh. Yeah.
Can't you see in a few months someone on Friends saying sea gutters?
Well, no, because Friends could never get made now.
Or a more current reference. And also they can't
oldish. Nice
pull.
Blackish already made an Okada Tanahashi reference.
That's nuts, by the way.
That's wild.
That's so cool. I almost watched Blackish.
And then you realize it's not for you?
No, because I'm full ass black. I ain't black. Actually, I'm literally blackish, and so are you. We should be watching Blackish. We're doing it wrong.
Did you hear that Tyler Perry offered to buy BET from whatever
from Darnell BET, founder of BET?
Is that Darnell Black Entertainment Television?
Yeah, that's his name.
Hold on, I want to see. I don't remember which company owns it. I feel like it's like something dumb. Like it's like Paramount owns BET.
Or Viacom or some business.
Oh, Paramount.
Boom.
Paramount turned down Tyler Perry's $2 billion offer to buy BET.
Should have sold it.
And I hope it's literally just so that they can't have it.
I hope
it's a bunch of old white guys that run Paramount that are like, we own your television channel. That would be amazing.
I hope it's that. Or I hope it's someone there with actual good taste who just won't let it become the Medea channel.
Oh, yeah. That's
because it would be 24-hour Medea.
Yeah. I like that too. I like that they're like the board of executives are in there voting, and there's one black guy on the board.
And he's like, no.
And Paramount is like, it has to be unanimous, or we're not doing it. And it's like, yes, not a fucking chance.
I'm not doing it.
No fucking way.
That motherfucker set us back 50 years. I'm not doing it. I don't care. I don't care if I got the $2 billion cash
directly to me.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
That guy's a hero.
That guy is a hero.
That guy should be new Obama.
And I love how much everybody hates Tyler Perry for it when Martin Lawrence already did it and did it so much better.
Yeah. Nobody's mad at Martin Lawrence.
No. Or even, I guess, Eddie Murphy, but...
Hercules.
I think we can be mad at Eddie Murphy about it. No, I'm thinking more about Norbit.
Oh. I never saw Norbit. I don't understand what Norbit is, if not also the Clumps. But it's not also the Clumps.
He's himself as a nerdy, skinny Eddie Murphy. Yeah. And then himself as Lizzo. He's doing Lizzo cosplay.
Is it a Nutty Professor situation where, like, Lizzo is his Mr. Hyde?
Oh! I think it's two separate.
Does he turn into Lizzo on the full moon?
No,
is he a were Lizzo?
Because I think Lizzo,
I'm writing down were Lizzo.
Because I think Lizzo wants to eat his meat.
Oh,
that's the whole thing.
Okay.
BET is no longer for sale, despite receiving bids ranging from $2 billion to $3 billion from bidders including Tyler Perry, Diddy, Byron Allen, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenya Barris. Who the fuck is Kenya Barris?
don't.
and 50 Cent. The Paramount's reasoning is a sale wouldn't result in any meaningful deleverage of its balance sheet.
Okay.
But, like, so $3 billion isn't going to...
Drop in the bucket, pal.
All right.
That's 1/4 of what they're paying Trey Parker and Matt Stone for South Park.
Yeah, that's... it's wild that they would put it up for sale. People would offer $2 or $3 billion. And they're like,
No.
nah, is it?
Nah.
And they're like, if one white guy would try and buy it, we could just make this sale. But yeah, somebody interviews the CEO of Paramount, like, how come you guys didn't sell BET? Well, we had an internal discussion, we had a meeting, and we really wanted to, like, it's that Bill Burr joke of, like, you know, we really wanted to diversify. Just one white guy would have made an offer. We would have sold so fast.
Just one guy.
Oh, just one white guy. We can't let them have it.
Also, Byron Allen's got $2 billion.
Apparently. I mean, he might have been in, like, a conglomerate or something.
I would think so, because, I don't know, he's got that much, what was his fight, like, Comics Unleashed or something?
Maybe.
What do you...
Byron Allen.
But, like, yeah, he better have been part of... He better have been 1% of a conglomerate.
Professional career.
What the hell?
Man, he's doing stand-up at 14. That's wild.
Good for him.
He also apparently... he obviously has a bajillion dollars because he... What does it say here? Entertainment studios, which he runs, pursued various acquisitions, including... film distributors, the Weather Channel, equity stakes in Sinclair Broadcasting Group, acquisitions of the Fox Sports Network, and broadcast television stations. By October 2022, the company was valued at over $4.5 billion. In February 2022, Allen made a bid to buy the Denver Broncos.
He loves buying shit.
Allen was ultimately outbid by a different group. So
of white people.
By S. Robinson Walton, who is a white man.
I mean, he's got a...
He
has a first initial. He's definitely a white guy.
He's the heir to Walmart.
Oh, he'll be okay.
Yeah, I think
I'm not worried about him financially.
So the guy who's going to own Walmart also owns the Denver Broncos.
Sweet.
Aw, the Denver Broncos.
And didn't after that joke in The Simpsons, they won the Super Bowl like really like
a couple years
2
later.
years later?
Yeah.
Yeah. Comics Unleashed was his show. It was like a panel comedy show where Byron would just set people up with like really lame lead-ins so they could just do their bit. He's like, so I hear you went on a hot air balloon ride. Funny you should mention that, Byron. Here's my dumb bit.
Yeah. Oh, I hear you have an interesting take on the Ayatollah.
Yeah. You know what I say? Ayatollah Asahola.
Which one's your favorite Ayatollah? Khomeini? Yeah.
Number one.
Of course.
Can you name a second Ayatollah?
Of rock and roll up?
Oh, pardon me. So number one, Khomeini. Number two, Chris Jericho.
Chris Jericho is the all-time number two
Ayatollah. Ayatollah. I combined Ayatollah and Asahola. Because I'm trying to save time.
What a bold...
Brevity is the soul of wit. Is that the right thing, or did I say the words backwards?
Couldn't I?
Does that feel right? Now I have to look that. You do something else while
I was going to say, like, what a very ridiculous thing to let a white Canadian call himself the Ayatollah in the early 2000s after 9/11.
Pretty cool.
It's pretty wild.
Pretty cool. And in fact, brevity is the soul of wit. Shakespeare taught us that in Hamlet.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm very learned.
Yeah, I guess. Can I even name another Ayatollah?
You can say "come" now. By the way,
come. Hey everybody, it's the come hour.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Come Town.
You wish. You fucking wish. I also wish. Because they'd make good money.
Yeah. Because then we'd still have Manscaped. Although,
No, because we could have Blue Chew. We could have fucking purple mattress. What's it's called? Endy. Mm-hmm. We get Endy. We get Dollar Steak Club.
Yeah, we can get NB for non-binary people.
Yep. Also, it's not Dollar Steak Club, by the way.
Dollar Steak Club.
I'm disappointed you didn't get the...
Totally missed that. I'm so sorry. I was really excited about NB, and I wasn't paying enough attention. But Dollar Steak Club is a nice piece of business. We should start Dollar Steak Club. Just send people the worst steak.
The leftover cuts.
I'm having wild deja vu. Have we done this before?
Maybe. I don't know.
I think we might have done Dollar Steak Club before.
I can see that.
I feel like if once you're repeating Dollar Steak Club, I think it's time to pack in the podcast. I think this is the last show.
Hey, I'm fine with never doing this again if it's the greatest joke we've ever come up with. Or if we're just repeating the same joke and we're like, nah, this is new. We're doing new bits.
It's new, you're lying. Just gaslighting people and thinking we're doing fresh material.
I also don't think that there's anybody listening that's willing to go back and try and find us telling that joke again and then tell us we've already done it.
I think you...
I know, that was sarcasm. That was me literally putting the challenge out there.
I think you're underestimating the neuroatypicality of our audience.
Somebody
also,
go back in time.
Also, is that a word? I'm gonna look that up now.
Look it up too. Go back in time, find us a time when we already made the Dollar Steak Club joke, and get back to us. Hit us up. Should we... almost 12 minutes in.
What's up?
This is the worst year of our lives? Is that correct?
It is.
Is that what I'm calling this now?
As a matter of fact.
Worst year of our lives, sometimes the news. Not always the news, but sometimes the news.
You searched for neuroatypicality. Did you mean neuroatypical? No.
You searched neuroatypical.
I'm looking for the noun form of neuroatypical.
You looked up neuroatypical. Did you mean how to tell my parents I'm gay? It's autofilling from your previous searches, Scott.
Okay. Okay. Typicality is a word. So then neuroatypicality is a word.
Yeah.
That's one for me, Google.
Take that. That's why you should be using Bing.
I should have Binged it in the first place. I wouldn't be in this whole mess if I had Binged it in the first place.
We're Bing boys. I'm a Tubi boy.
Official sponsors of the podcasts.
God, I would love it if Bing and Tubi sponsor this podcast.
Me too.
You know what? They can do it for free. They already get enough shout-outs on this. Yeah. They can just do it for free. We can just start saying it's the sponsor of the podcast. We're
accepting sponsors, some paid, some free.
Yeah. Mostly paid, unless it's Tubi or Bing.
Certain ones we will do for free.
Yeah. We are nothing if not gentlemen who respect Tubi's game. Even though I don't think I've watched anything on Tubi.
Is it because you've watched everything on Tubi?
I'm not a third person in this usual group who does. No, it's because...
Are you to Tubi as Kelly is to Netflix?
And also Tubi.
Kelly watches a lot of stuff.
No, and only because...
You're gay.
There is no 2021 stuff on Tubi I need to watch. Tubi's not exactly known for its availability of newer material.
Yeah.
Although they do have a lot of, 2022 and 2023, straight-to-demand, video-on-demand movies. Starring mental retard Bruce Willis.
Fresh garbage.
Yeah. Bruce Willis doing some kind of space cop drama that he's only in 10 minutes of the movie. His dick don't work, but he's the front and center of the poster, so that everybody goes, "Oh shit, a Bruce Willis movie in 2023, done
at his peak, at the height of his powers,
when his brain can fully function."
But yeah, best of 2021 episode coming next week, guys, is a thing I would be saying. Oh, the eyes Drew made at me halfway through that sentence.
I had a mouthful of coffee.
He's like, what are you doing to me?
I had a mouthful of iced coffee. Cold coffee?
Cold coffee?
I had a mouthful of cold coffee, and I almost spat it all over my microphone. Because I was like, we just talked about this off air, how we're so far away, and you're saying we're doing it next week?
Coming next week, is a thing I would be saying under wildly different circumstances. It will be in some weeks. Fucking get off.
It'll be in the calendar year of 2024.
We can do it in 2023.
We'll do it at some point during the year 2024. Hold on. to your butts.
You can it will be done before December 2024. That much is certain, and probably much earlier.
That is the only promise I'm willing to make.
Yeah. You were introducing the show. I guess you mostly
I don't know.
did that.
I said what I thought we were, what we are.
What do you think we are? Who do you think you are?
I don't know.
Where do you get off?
If you'll take a look to your left, you'll see a sad man. I'm
taking a look to my left and seeing a fresh new bed, a big boy bed that's not on the floor.
I'm a bed boy. I'm a tubie boy. I'm a bang bro, and I'm a bed boy. Yeah.
Proud of you.
It was about time. It was about time. You know, sometimes your life falls apart and you're down on your luck. And also, I liked the space I had without a bed.
A lot of room for activities, I will say that.
I don't care for this, but I'm fine with sleeping on a regular bed.
That's
also sort of a couch, but not really. It's a bed.
Yeah. What day did you get it?
Yesterday.
Oh. You slept on it last night? I had one sleep. Was the sleep good?
Yes and no, because it's a new bed, right? So obviously I got to get used to it, but yeah.
You foresee it being better.
I didn't.
Than sleeping on a pile of cardboard on the floor.
Yeah, like a crackhead, a regular crackhead.
But also, then you get to do breakdancing on it.
That's true.
Which is pretty cool. Yeah,
I'll go to Italy for the weekend.
Yeah,
fucking rules.
You can just go to Italy for the weekend.
Rules. Instead of like $1,200, and you got to do 2 layovers, one of which is in Toronto, which is the worst fucking airport.
The other which is in Shanghai.
You go this way to Toronto.
Yeah.
Then you go back this way to Shanghai.
Then you go to Houston.
Then you go. Then you go all the way across to Europe.
Oh yeah. Then you go to
the long way.
I forgot the premise that we were doing Europe.
Or like transfer in Salt Lake City, then transfer in Houston, then transfer in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Because we did that when we wrestled in Nashville. We flew Seattle to Atlanta.
Yeah, a little bit past.
Back to
a little
Nashville.
bit past and then back.
That's fucking dumb.
Not the dumbest flight path I've done.
No.
The dumbest flight path I've done, I was flying Seattle to Boston.
Yeah.
So I should have just driven I-90. It's a straight shot.
Absolutely.
But instead, in flying, I did a big V across the continent. Seattle, Houston, Boston.
Now, what would have been funny, I thought you were going to say I did Seattle to Calgary to Boston.
Calgary, Boston.
Like they fly back across the border.
Do an extra border cross. I like that. But yeah, I always thought the big V was funny. Yeah, the big V
is very silly.
I was also the skinniest person at the Houston airport.
Oh, by
felt
far.
Real good. Anytime you have one of your body dysmorphia mirror moments.
I mean, you mean every day?
Yeah, every day.
Literally every day.
Go to Houston.
Well, you and I...
You'll feel like a fucking champ.
I feel like you and I, Sex, had a layover in Dallas one time at Fort Worth.
Yeah, I think we had a Dallas.
I don't remember where we were coming back from. It was either New York or Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
No, it wouldn't have been New York because you were with people, so it must have been...
And I don't think we went New York to Dallas because that's another stupid V, and I only remember
maybe
one
it was on the way
V.
home from Nashville?
Probably. It probably was, yeah. Because that's the only thing that would have had us that far south.
And it was also Chunk City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a fat state.
I felt like a regular human being for the first time in a long time.
Right?
It's
so nice.
I was like, God, I could walk around with my shirt off and people would think I'm sexy.
Should we just move to Texas?
We just move to... Well, okay, let's move to Scandinavia first.
And feel terrible about ourselves.
Then we'll move to Texas.
It's lovely there, but we'll feel like garbage physically.
They'll think we're Americans.
Yeah.
They're like, why are you guys so fat? I'm like, because we live our lifestyles the way we want to and leave me alone. It's genetic. My dad's fat. I'm fat. Leave me alone.
Why do you look like that?
I don't want to eat your stinky fish.
I don't love the Scandinavian menu.
No thanks.
At all.
No. I don't want mackerel in a can. Or
I think it'd be a lot of Oslo McDonald's.
Oslo McDonald's.
Yeah.
Do you think there? I guess there has to be, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. They're ubiquitous.
Yeah, but they're not. There are a couple countries that they're not actually that prominent in.
Oman.
McDonald's in Oslo.
Gary, Oslo is lousy with McDonald's. I guarantee you.
Oslo has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
600.
It's got 6 McDonald's.
It's not bad. You can find one.
And like
You're within 20 minutes of a McDonald's.
they're very widespread throughout the city.
Yeah.
Unlike here, where you can drive like 4 blocks and you can see another McDonald's. Like, that's crazy. It's poison. It's literally poison. Poison that my parents ate for lunch today.
Salt, fat, and sugar.
Salt, fat, and sugar, and cum. This is the all cum episode.
That's what McDonald's doesn't tell you. That's the secret, the secret fourth ingredient
The all cum episode.
that keeps you returning.
Yeah.
The cum.
It's like the Donair place near my high school when we were in high school, and they're like, well, the reason why you guys like it so much is because they're putting trace amounts of cocaine in
I forgot about the cocaine rumor at your Donair place.
So McDonald's is cum and Donair place is cocaine.
Both equally addictive.
Yep. Very addictive. I don't even know. What were we trying to get at here?
We're moving to Western Europe or Texas.
We're in Western Europe. Nope. My everything's gone. What were we trying to? I don't know. I'm Drew. You can follow me on social media, Serious Hot Paws on the stuff. Letterboxd, x.com. I opened my Instagram so it's not private anymore.
You deprivate it?
Well, somebody said to me, "Oh, can I follow you on Instagram?" I'm like, "Yeah, but you gotta like request it." And then I'm like, "But it's." I specifically said it's only for wrestling. I don't really post any like normal regular me stuff. It's just wrestling stuff. And they're like, "Then why is it private?" And I was like,
That's a good question.
that's interesting. So feel free to follow me on Instagram now because it's not private anymore.
I'm gonna look at it.
There's a little bit like wave like at the beginning, but it's mostly like people. It's mostly SOS or 5cc RIP tagging me in matches and stuff. Like that's mostly what it is.
Hey, there's you and Marty Skrull.
Hey,
Good
cool guy.
And then near the top, it's mostly furry art. I like it.
Furry wrestling art. Best of both worlds. Furries and wrestling. No problematic people on either side. You know what? There are fine people on both sides of that.
A lot of good people on both sides.
Both sides.
More on one side. And which side may surprise you.
All right. That's all.
I'm at Not Scott Henson on x.com and Threads and
Ropes.
Blue Sky
And ropes.
and Ropes. I have made one post on Blue Sky. I have made no posts on Threads so far, but that's because Threads is tied to my Instagram, so it has the same bio write-up, and the bio write-up I used for Instagram whenever I started my Instagram was, I'll make my first post once I get 1 million followers. And on Instagram, I have... what are we sitting at? We're probably close. 274.
Sick.
Pretty good. And on
For how many posts? 0?
0 posts ever.
And 0 following?
0 following.
Yeah, the way God intended.
As God intended. And on Threads, I have 47 followers. 0 posts, 0 following. Threads, you got to get me to 1 million before stuff's going to happen there. But I will probably do some stuff on Blue Sky if you want to do some Blue Sky. They're calling it
not gay Twitter.
They're calling it not gay Twitter. That's like exactly what I was looking for. Thanks.
The good thing is I know your mentality. I know your speech patterns.
You know my body.
I know your body inside and out. So I knew exactly where you were going with that.
Yeah. So I'm on those things. Obviously, you can send money to paypal.me. Yep.
Please
so far,
do.
So good.
I'm broke.
PayPal.me/NotScottHenson or PayPal.me/SarianSoftpaws. Not unlike young Nick S. did for the movie you'll be hearing us talk about later in the episode. Bring you a little Spooktober in August.
Spooky.
It's scary how early we're doing a horror movie, is what I heard.
Steven.
I just
I hate you so much.
For some reason I opened my X because I forgot what
Your X tube? Did you say you opened your X tube?
I did not open my X tube. I opened my X ostensibly to, I don't know, see what my username was, even though I know it.
Sure.
And I'm greeted with you know what? Let's do a little impromptu X.com fun.
Fine.
I'm greeted with media post from at Tigerman Tweets. And
Wait, is that you?
it's not me.
Oh. That's not your secret second account?
No, but if I had a secret second account, it would look like this. Probably. It's a
Oh, I'm looking at it.
so leather daddy tiger. He's got the leather hat. He's got like a leather harness, and it's a shot from behind, and he's been just full ass cream pied.
Yeah, read the bubbles.
Just I haven't clicked on it, expanded it, and looked what the text is yet. I'm like I'm building up my strength. I'm steeling myself for it. So just let me get there in my own time.
I read it. It's pretty funny, but it's also very gross.
Yeah. So it is a geyser of cum coming out of his ass.
Just the most cum.
And so let's see. Oh, okay. This is pretty funny, actually. The speech bubble says, so the premise is you, the watcher, you on the other side of the fourth wall, have
meaning
you, and I.
You and I, sex with this tiger daddy.
With this tiger daddy, have stumbled upon him in. It's like he's on like a park bench at night, which is a fun place to be, honestly. And so we've surprised him.
Yeah,
you see, I'm setting
snuck up on him.
I'm setting
in his
the scene.
Most vulnerable moments.
Please don't tell anyone at school that I'm cruising here. I'll let you use my hole as much as you like. And now here's the thing. This from the speech bubble, I learned more because I would have guessed he was older than school age.
Yeah,
but this is in fact a school age tiger daddy.
Not.
A school-age tiger daddy bottom
who's cruising,
yeah. And at Tigerman Tweets has responded to his own post.
No. Did you read the actual caption of the post?
The dangers of going cruising when you're a well-known tiger coach. Yeah,
that makes more sense.
Okay,
that makes more sense.
But is he doing it with the students?
No, I think he's just saying like
they don't want people at school to find out that coach is cruising.
Get fired.
Yeah.
I don't want to lose my job.
Why can't a coach cruise?
I mean, coaches can cruise all they want.
Yeah,
as long as they're not doing it with the children.
Yeah.
Won't somebody please think of the children?
But like,
preferably not while you're doing.
Let's give Tiger Daddy the benefit of the doubt. He's not cruising with children. He's regular ass cruising. Like, even if that came out at school, he shouldn't get in trouble. That does not affect his coaching. Do we agree?
Correct.
Or do you think he should get in trouble for cruising?
I think he should be fine.
I don't think there should be a scandal.
Whatever you do on your own time, away from school hours, do whatever you want.
Behind closed doors, or in this case, in a public park.
In a public park, with no way of even covering yourself up if you get caught.
No, you're just on a bench. Beside a lamppost, by the way. It's lit. It's decently well lit for night.
Yeah.
So
now, I don't condone the activities of said Tigerman. I really don't.
Okay.
However, this is very much a living their best life situation.
100%.
18 plus only, not safe for work, not a place for minors, full-time gay tiger coach and full-time gay furry artist from Germany with their Patreon.
There you go.
I don't know why I said it like that.
You got it.
Their Furfitty account.
Yep.
Did you see what the pinned tweet on their account is?
I see. Oh my god, is it? Oh my god. Oh.
Is it the most adorable thing you've ever seen, Scott?
Oh my god, it is the most adorable thing I've ever seen.
Right above the thing we just described.
That is the most
it's the most
1-2 punch.
Yeah, it's the greatest 1-2 punch
That's
of all time.
Unbelievable. I hope it's not a different 1-2 punch by the time curious listeners check it out. But it's going to be close at any rate. He's not one of those.
Yeah, it's not like the rest of the tweets are appropriate.
No.
Almost all of the other ones have at least massive bulge, if not full pornography. Oh, there's a horse. I don't like it. Get out of here.
I saw the horse.
There's another one further down that's pretty fun, and now I want to do it.
Give me a date on it.
They reposted August 5th. It's from August 4th.
Are they?
They are doing what you think they're doing, and I kind of want to do it now.
Oh, that's
very
sick.
funny.
Okay, so it looks to be at a con.
That's a con for sure.
People are mostly in suit. They are tossing.
It is the reference in Antwerp, Belgium.
Ooh. Fucking.
And that was
Western Europe. Is there anything they can't do?
And that was the banner for the con.
What?
That they then cut a hole in to use for cornhole.
There's no way that was the banner.
Well, I mean, that's what it says on the thing. And this is the banner that I made for the con.
I think he made it for the con, but I don't think that was the official con banner. Unless Western Europe is even more chill than I thought.
They should be.
Because, okay, so the banner that was made is an anthro dog or wolf. I get you.
Make your own decisions.
You only see largely the head, like that's the scale of it. But it's like presumably like kneeling down beside a tiger's butt, and has his like arm around the butt, and then a circle has been cut in the butthole area, and they're tossing bad dragons through it like cornhole.
Oh, it's so good. I want to do that now. That looks really fun.
That looks fun as hell. Goddamn.
And like nails it. The person throwing it nailed it.
Dude in full suit is nailing it from like a decent distance. I wouldn't nail that first try. Not in suit.
Oh, I think is maybe the dog's mouth also a hole? Look very closely at it.
I'm gonna look.
Oop, I don't want the sound for the video. Thank you. I think if you
could
look,
be.
I'm gonna pause the video. When
I
it
can't
gets thrown.
Exactly tell.
Ooh.
I think it might just be the butthole.
I don't know. I can see some brown that looks like the wall.
Okay.
Like the line of... Because the wall is two different shades of brown. And you can sort of see the line down the middle of its mouth. Right?
Yeah.
I think the mouth is also
It might be another hole. That's great. So we didn't describe the most adorable thing of all time.
No, because we're too busy getting distracted by funny things.
So the pinned tweet is a video.
Okay, I can't stop. I gotta stop looking so you can talk about the pin video because there's so many great things further down.
I think we got some mileage out of at Tigerman Tweets. Damn. 50.7 thousand followers, by the way.
Yeah, he's a furry artist, so I guess that makes sense. A European furry artist.
Yeah. So, okay. I guess this is also I see people with lanyards, so it's at a con in 2019, I guess. The big one, Eurofurence.
Oh.
I think that's the biggest one in Europe.
Okay. What's the biggest one in the world? Anthrocon
or MFF. They're basically even. I think what was the deal? I think this year Anthrocon beat MFF by 3 people. So they're basically on the same par. They're somewhere just over 10,000 ish, I think. Unless I'm undershooting, but I think it was somewhere in there. So we've got our boy at Tigerman Tweets. He is in a pretty good looking tiger fursuit.
Yeah. It's definitely like a Sumatran tiger, though.
Yeah.
Very sleek. Very slim and sleek.
Yeah. Only complaint is white tip of tail.
This guy can't win them all.
Can't win them all.
But
it looks good. Like it's from a bit of a distance, but the head looks good.
The thigh and then calf and foot all look very real.
Yeah, they did digitigrade.
Yes.
Legs.
Yeah, it looks very good.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a fan.
I think the arms are too thin and human looking, maybe, and the tail at the point where it connects to the suit is thin.
Yes, that's a little thin. I don't mind the arms being thin. I don't mind I actually much prefer a more form-fitting suit.
Okay.
I don't like bulky mascotty so much.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah, anyway, good looking suit. And then there's another tiger. It's probably a partial suit.
Yeah.
Because he's wearing a
regular suit.
A regular men's suit.
With a cane.
With a cane, because he's fancy or probably disabled.
Maybe. Yeah. Oh, you don't say.
You know how it goes. Yeah, so like proper suit, and then fursuit head, paws, feet, tail. Which is a classic look.
Yep. Also white tip tail, not a fan.
Also white tip tail.
Also as like it must be an older gentleman because he's got like white hair and a white white eyebrows.
Oh, he does have white eyebrows.
So maybe he's like a silver tiger.
I was
gonna say silver fox, but it doesn't work. So.
Is this guy? So
Azrian tiger. Your dad, Asir.
Asir tiger.
Asir tiger
describes himself as very gay daddy tiger and connoisseur of hunky and/or big-bellied men. Part-time furry porn curator, engaged to @Tigerman Tweets, and then a link to his puppy AD account.
Not clicking that.
I'm gonna click it a little bit. Is it private? It's not private, and it's all puppyish, and I hate it.
Well, that's why I said don't. I
hate it. I'm gonna go back. I made a mistake. I did a bad thing.
Sometimes.
I'm sorry. I have oppositional defiant disorder, and you told me to, so I did it. You told me not to, so I did it. Okay, back to the adorableness, and we'll forget what else a seer tiger is into.
I would like to spend an entire episode at some point talking about how much I hate puppy play.
Hate it.
Like, it actively makes me so disgusted.
It's disgusting.
I want to vomit.
Yeah. Hate it. I don't think it should be lumped in with furry at all.
Different thing.
It's a different thing.
Completely different thing.
Yeah. Go do it. I don't want to know about it, and don't think you're part of my team.
Don't include it. I don't want to go to a con where there's all these people with beautiful $8,000 fursuits that have fully moving jaws and fans inside the head and like glowing eyes, these beautiful pieces of technological masterpiece.
And then some fucking degenerate in a pup hood and a harness.
Yeah, fuck that.
You.
Fuck that.
Yeah, we are agreed on that front. So yeah, hopefully we alienated a couple new listeners.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
I
don't want them to listen anyway.
You know what? We don't want
I don't want your ears on this podcast.
Your dumb, floppy leather ears.
Ugh.
Barf. So, back to business. So @Tigerman Tweets, they're in some they're out on the quad.
They're out on the quad.
And so Tigerman comes upon, not literally, Asir, and gives him a big hug, and then points to two people behind them who have unfurled a scroll of art, which is Tigerman on one knee proposing to Asir in what appears to be that very suit. I guess that's his regular look.
Must be.
In the art, Tigerman is wearing clothes. In this one, he's fully nude. This is a fully nude Tigerman.
Again, as God intended.
Respect.
Which God?
Allah.
Yeah.
Now, he, for real, gets down on a knee, asks him to marry him. He says yes, and then they have a big hug, and it's the cutest thing in the world.
It is very...
Oh, they have such a nice hug.
It's very sweet.
It's so nice.
Genuinely very sweet.
Good for you guys.
If only one of them wasn't into pup play.
How the lack of self-respect you have to be a tiger and into puppy play?
I hate it.
What are you talking about? What are you even doing? A traitor to the cause.
A
traitor to the paws.
I don't have the I haven't been grandfathered into the furry community because I'm relatively new to it, but I've formed very strong opinions and beliefs very early on.
I think that's what you should do. Form hard opinions as early as possible and never change them.
Right. Yeah, which is 100% what I did.
Yeah.
And I'm probably in the minority on this because I am a minority.
Sure.
That
white minority. Black Flag taught us that.
I don't respect, and I don't think anyone in the community should be allowed to have multiple personas.
Yes, completely.
I think you have to figure out the one that is you.
What are you?
And that's you. You don't get to swap between multiple things.
No. You get like
that's just one, greedy, and two, that shows that you're not committed to either one of them fully.
Yeah, like what happens when mandatory surgery day comes?
Yeah.
And
I'd like to be left half wolf and right half purple dragon.
Yeah, like get it. What are you? You're a Spyro guy.
That's Spyro guy. Yeah.
Like it doesn't make sense. You can't equally be two things. There's one thing that has to be the one. Like I ever since she said it, I always go back to the dry juice thing, where she said like when people were asking for persona assignments, she just like look down at your hands and body and think what should be there, and it's not going to be two things. It's going to be one thing. Drew's about to do a big strong pause thing.
No, because last time I did that, I got chaired in the back, so I've got to stop doing it.
Last time I did that, I got paralyzed by a large bald man.
Yeah.
So
should
check out at Tigerman Tweets.
So off-air conversation that we're going to do on air, because that's how we do our professionalism around here.
That's my favorite.
Should we do specifically an episode where people can send in money?
Yep.
And
I love where you're going.
And we will designate a specific amount of time that we will have to figure out off-air, dedicated to figuring out that person's persona for them.
I like that, and they can send us info about them.
Yeah, we do like a very minor questionnaire.
Yeah, there's no point like going in blind, like, oh, here's this person's name. Oh, you're a pig. Like, like that's fun.
Remember when
that's fun for us?
Remember when you tried to make Dan a pig?
I do remember when I tried to make Dan a pig.
He was so mad about it.
So
You're
mad.
like, Dan, they're smart.
Yeah,
they're super smart. And then what was he, a dumbass owl?
Owl.
Yeah. But yeah, I think if we do a very brief questionnaire.
Yeah.
And then you give us a money amount that we will figure out.
Yeah.
And decide for you what your persona is.
Yeah, I am very down for a persona assignment day.
I think that's a good episode.
Yeah.
All right. Keep your ears open for us.
We'll do that for real.
Yeah.
I like that.
If you
That's fun.
If you haven't decided what you are, be aware, most people are going to be assigned cats, but not exclusively cats. There will be less dogs than there are in real life.
Yes, proportionate to actual demographics, there will be less dogs. There'll be still some dogs, but it will be mostly cats and some pigs.
Yeah, some pigs. Unfortunately, a lot of you might be pigs. Greedy, thick hogs. Or maybe some skunks. Because you got a smelly ass.
Sure.
That's a fun idea. I think that one might be up there with the mascot stuff.
Up there with Smarch Madness?
Smarch Madness.
Yeah.
I can't wait till Smarch Madness. There's so much time until that happens again.
They should do March Madness every 2 months.
Every 2 months. March Madness 2. March Madness 3.
Yeah.
The Heat. Oh.
But I like Persona Assignment Day. We will do that. So
Assignment Day is so good. I like it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna write that down so I don't forget. And we also, it's not a whole episode, but we definitely talked about assigning personas to wrestlers too.
Yes, we did.
I think we talked about on the Wrestling Awards show.
Yeah, that's also a fun one. I like being in charge of who gets to be what.
Me too. Because
who gets to live.
Because sometimes people get it wrong.
I mean, a lot of times.
And we're here to fix it.
Yeah, a lot of times people get it wrong. There's a lot of, I think I'm a dog. And you're like, you are not a dog.
You're not a dog.
You are not a dog. Don't let Big Dog get in your head and start making fucking decisions for you. Because they're not the ones in charge. No. We are.
Yeah.
Big Cat is in charge.
I went to a cat show today.
Did you?
I did. I went to Meow Fest.
Uh-huh.
It was nice.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
It's a thing. They do it in Vancouver every summer. Mm-hmm. I maybe missed some COVID ones, but yeah, they got a bunch of, like it's a trade fair, I get convention. I don't know, something like that. A bunch of people have booths and booths, Powers
booths.
And you can, there's a bunch of paraphernalia. Man, people love enamel pins. I think we're gonna need to sell enamel pins.
I guess,
because like every second booth was that, or at least included them.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, but I got Seb a kneading blanket, a big thick wool thing that hopefully just goes to fucking town
just
on.
Fucking destroys.
And catnip wine.
Cat people are so fucking weird.
So weird. Yeah, it's
but it is like honestly one of the more wholesome things.
Super wholesome,
right?
Yeah,
like this is an animal that both pretends to love you because it relies on you,
and is nature's perfect killing machine,
and also would completely eat your face if you die
in a goddamn.
And
seconds.
You're like, I'm gonna make cat wine that's got catnip in it, so the cat can get drunk and race around and get the zoomies. Like, it's so silly.
Yeah, there's no alcohol in it, obviously, but it's some sort of thing that they can just drink that's got catnip in it, and there's a bunch of different kinds, and they're all cat wine puns. Obviously, there was a white Kittendale, there was a Meowscato, there what were the reds? I got whites, so I can't remember. Obviously,
Perdonay.
There was a Persecco.
Of course.
Right
to self.
Yeah. No, it was good stuff.
Man,
they did a good job.
Those dogs had better fucking look out. Sam's fucking coming.
Yeah.
You think he fucking runs the house now?
Yeah.
Just wait till he gets some of that fucking wine in him.
Wait till he gets high.
He's gonna fuck their shit
Wait
up.
till he gets wine drunk. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. And then they had like kitten adoption stuff.
Oh,
which
fuck!
I mean,
But do they have Maine Coons? Probably not.
There was they had an adult, they're like a 4-year-old female that she wasn't a Maine Coon, but she was fluffy and like a decent size.
No,
so you need proper ass Maine Coon.
I need so big that like I'm afraid of it. I could just get a serval, but that like servals fuck your shit up. They wreck your house.
Someone just there brought their Bengal, who was gorgeous. But I would have a Bengal like if they weren't fuckers. But from everything I've heard,
expensive.
Also expensive. But from everything I've heard, they're fuckers.
Yeah, I've heard that.
they're like pretty wild and very vocal.
Yeah,
but
sounds about right.
But goddamn, it's just like having a little tiger. It's awesome.
Yeah, it really is. But was this one, because I know like a lot of the problem with those exotic types when people have them for pets is like overfeeding them. So like a lot of servals are like big fat fatties because people overfeed them, because I guess their way of controlling their anger is by feeding them.
Yeah.
And so like any time like there's things on like Instagram or Twitter, X. It's always fat servals, because everybody just like gives them a whole turkey and is like, please don't bite my throat in the middle of the night.
Chew this for a while and not me.
Don't kill me, kill that. Yeah. Wild.
I love a big fat serval.
Big fat serval, which is, naturally what they're supposed to be. These like speedy, attack from behind predators that can barely walk,
are supposed to be 30 pounds overweight.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, so went around there and did my best not to take any kittens home.
Of course.
There's some cute ones. Little gray fella named Theodore. He was cute. But cooler heads prevailed.
Was it a British? Did you see any British?
Wasn't a British. It was like a kind of a gray base tabby, but no real black stripes, just mostly gray, some white.
Interesting.
It was cute. And they in the indoor part, just like one, like there are a bunch of booths together, and that was one part, and then they had a bunch of cats back there. Then they also had a trailer outside. They're letting people in like 4 at a time. With that had one litter of 5 kittens in that one, and they were cute. They were all tabbies with white feet. Very cute. And in the other thing, there was a brother sister who you would never know were brother sister. One was like long haired, black and white, and one was short hair tabby. And she's like, "Oh, that's a sister." I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
Nice. Yeah, that's
like,
weird.
Yeah, and they're like, "Yeah, they're a bonded pair. You have to get them together." I'm like, "Okay."
No fucking tuxedos, I hope. God help me if there's fucking tuxedos. Those are the ones I'm allergic to. So
I think there was a tuxedo. Yeah.
Boo.
There were some straight blacks.
Also allergic, so that's great.
Yeah, there were two pairs and an adult straight black, and I think one tuxedo kitten.
It's weird that I'm only allergic to tuxedo, black, white. Those are the only ones I'm allergic to.
Interesting.
And my grandma and grandpa had a tuxedo and a white cat.
Perfect.
And they would often, like when they came here to visit, they would bring them to the house.
Yep, and you would die.
And I would tell them, I'm like, well, I can't go downstairs because I'm allergic to the cats. And neither of my parents believed me. Oh. They were like, you're not allergic. I'm like, I'm fucking, I can barely swallow.
Why would I?
My eyes are bleeding.
Also, why would you lie?
I don't know. And I like cats.
Yeah.
So, like, why am I lying about this? They just didn't believe me.
Nah, you're faking.
Nah, faker. For attention.
You're
doing it for attention.
Maybe they just know how much you like attention and just assumed.
That is possible. That is possible.
I can't fault them.
You know me, big attention seeker.
Absolute attention whore.
Yeah.
Andrew Smith.
Guy who sometimes doesn't leave his house because he doesn't want to interact with human beings.
Also
loves attention.
Here's 2 things I know about Andrew Smith. Attention whore and a wanted murderer.
That is true. That is true. Especially because I'm going to murder the guy who's the murderer.
Yeah, but blame it on him as his last crime.
His last crime was
suicide.
Killing himself.
It's a pretty good plan.
That's a pretty good plan. No, Your Honor, he killed himself. Just look.
17 stab wounds in the back. Classic suicide technique.
Classic suicide. That's what you gotta do when you gotta sue yourself. Stab yourself in the back.
It's fun. What else is going on?
That was a big day.
It was a big. Oh, yeah.
Where was it?
It was at the Rocky Mountaineer Station. Does that mean anything to you? I'd be surprised if it did. It's sort of behind the Home Depot on Terminal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Huh. What a weird place to have it. But...
It used to be at the Roundhouse in Yaletown.
Oh, okay.
But the last 2 years it's been here.
Yeah, I also can't imagine that anybody that lives in Yaletown is super thrilled about having that in their area.
Maybe.
They don't like things happening near them.
It's true. Yeah, so that was nice. They had a few food trucks there. Went to Salty's Lobster Shack.
Nice.
They had like a couple. There's like a regular roll and then a Connecticut roll, which is something else. And then
what's the difference?
I don't remember. Maybe one's cold, one's hot. I'm not sure. Okay. And then the 100% lobster roll, because I guess the others are lobster and shrimp. Uh-huh. And they're like, we only have the 100% lobster. I'm like, well, you made my decision easy.
Also, it's $70.
It was $30.
I was gonna say, yeah, probably not cheap.
Yeah, but you get a lot. It was fucking good.
Thanks for bringing me some, fucker.
My pleasure. I don't know how well lobster rolls travel.
You don't. Well, there only was one way to find out.
Sure, one way to find out. I apologize. And then went to the Nemesis Coffee on Great Northern Way.
Yep.
That it's the coolest looking building. It looks like a weird Hershey's Kiss.
Huh.
It's red. Look it up. You're gonna like the way you look. You're gonna like the way it looks. I guarantee you. Yeah, and it was also lovely. And I didn't know they had cruffins, but they do. And at a raspberry rose cruffin. That's a croissant muffin for you plebs. Mm-hmm. And super nice. super. So I've had a lovely day.
It closes at 5? What are you, cowards?
It's a coffee place.
Oh, that is a weird look. What the fuck?
Yeah, I remember when they were building, because it's beside Emily Carr University, right. And I was like, what's this thing they're building?
Stupid modern art? Is
yeah,
that what you thought it was?
Yeah, I'm like, is it
modern art?
Even a building? Is it just an art installation? Because like Emily Carr's a place. Emily Carr, for those listening, is the art university here, and
it's where you go to realize you hate men.
Largely, yeah.
Every woman I've ever met that went to Emily Carr then actively hated men afterwards.
Yeah.
Which, P.S., I don't blame you, men are awful. But also, you could just
also, shut up.
Yeah, you could just not do that, and that'd be chill.
Yeah, it's this crazy looking little building, and then, it's a Nemesis. Awesome. And, Nemesis often rated the #1 coffee in the city. So
I'm a Tim Hortons man myself.
Classy.
Except for I'm not.
To the core.
Tim Hortons is garbage.
It's the worst. Maybe the worst commercially available coffee there is.
Could be. Could be.
Although Adam insists Subway, which I can't argue with him on, because I've never had Subway coffee. But maybe he's right. It's probably not good.
I've definitely had Subway coffee.
Oh, have you?
Well, when I worked at No Frills, because it's across the parking lot from us.
Oh, yeah.
And at 6 o'clock in the morning, it's the only place that's open.
Yeah.
So you go in and get the coffee. I don't remember it being good, but also I don't remember it being any. It's just like your average normal coffee.
Yeah.
Like there's no flavor. Like it's not roasted well.
No.
It's like probably instant.
It's dirt water.
It's dirt water. It's dirt water or cum water. It's one or the other.
Well, McDonald's has the cum water.
Yes, that's true. Things are moving pretty nicely there.
Quite
hour in feels like it's 10 minutes.
Quite pretty nicely was my response, which is almost English.
You might be retarded.
You might be retarded. If you went through the Florida education system, you might be retarded.
I mean, yeah, accurate.
Are you more retarded than a 5th grader?
That went to Florida public school? Florida, what a trashy place.
Hey, at least they don't say gay.
Hey, at least I don't have to go there soon. And boil alive.
It's October. It'll be okay.
It's still fucking Florida. It's still going to be moist and hot.
It will be both of those things.
And that's not... Those are two things you don't like.
Those are very much two things.
Do you even have clothes you can wear?
I'm going to need to rent the main clothes I need to wear, because it's a black tie birthday party. Yeah, that's the right reaction, Drew. That's the right reaction.
And we think we hate our friends locally.
Yeah.
I hate that friend.
Yeah.
Black tie birthday in fucking Miami.
Yeah.
Is he Pitbull? Are you friends with Pitbull?
I didn't want to say, but yeah, it's Pitbull. I went to high school with Pitbull.
I'm kind of jealous now.
He's Mr. Worldwide.
Mr. Worldwide. Yeah. Senior feature.
Yeah, it's...
I want to fuck your feet.
I want to fuck your feet. Yeah, it's unreasonable.
It's very unreasonable. You're a better friend than I, because if a single one of my friends mentioned 2 of those 3 things in the same conversation and invited me, I'd say, enjoy your birthday.
Hey, you want to come to my birthday party? Sure, it's black tie. In Miami.
Yeah, no thanks. Does he live in Miami?
Yes.
Oof. The only reason you're going to get me to Miami is because of all of the
pussy,
big booty Puerto Rican bitches.
Yeah, I think it will be good. It'll be good pussy washing. So it's got that
ass so fat you can see it from the front.
Yeah. So it's got that going for it.
It's got Cuban ladies and Puerto Rican ladies, and that's all I would care about.
It's only built for Cuban links.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that, and here's me being a bitch.
Oh, I was gonna say, here's me being racist, and then you just say the N-word.
I present to you me being racist. No, I this is me being a bitch, but I feel like it's plenty justified. It would have been nice if he had... We're born the same year. We went to school together. So I also had whatever number milestone birthday this happens to be. I don't remember.
I don't know, 14, something like that.
Yeah, I think
12?
he's also celebrating his sweet 14th.
Sweet 14.
It would have been nice if last month he had texted me.
Oh my God, Scott, why are you going?
On my birthday.
Why are you going?
Because my other friends are, basically.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Did they wish you a happy birthday?
Most of them, yeah. But,
dumb question. Is Chewy going?
No.
I mean, I knew the answer, but
No. Is
he not really friends with them?
No, he and this guy were never really friends.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it wasn't like a snub invite or anything.
No. But also, I didn't think he would be invited because...
Sure.
I don't know.
But yeah, a text would have been nice if I'm fucking flying to yours.
Yeah.
In a museum that you rented out 3 years ago.
Scott, I kind of hate this guy.
He's really rich.
I really hate this guy.
He's so rich.
Is he a fucking doctor?
He's a doctor. His wife's a doctor.
He's a plastic surgeon?
His parents are doctors. Gastroenterologist.
Oh, that's fucking lame.
Yeah.
You're not even a fun doctor. You're a real doctor.
He's
a real surgeon.
He's given colonoscopies to multiple celebrities whose names he won't tell.
I don't know if that's even cool.
He's
got to
been
see Will Smith's asshole? Cool, I guess.
That is cool.
I guess it's cooler if it's like...
Celebrity butts? You kidding me?
You're like, oh, I got to give Jaden Smith a colonoscopy. I'd be like, that's kind of cool, I guess. Jaden's pretty cool. I wish he was my son.
I wish Jaden was my son, too.
You know why?
I wish I had someone...
Because I wouldn't have made him mentally ill.
Yeah. I wish I had someone to never say no to.
Yep.
And see how they turn out. P.S. It's like that. That's how they turn out.
Oh, you're just wearing dresses now. But you identify as a boy. Okay. Interesting. But on your way, son.
It's for attention.
Yeah. Oh, your mom is fucking your best friend? Oh.
Yep.
That's odd because you're also 17, but
also for
I guess
attention.
I shouldn't ask questions. So continue on your way.
Xenu will lead us to peace.
Oh.
I like a secret Scientologist.
I like a secret Scientologist.
It's weird. Like the others aren't secret, so why Will secret?
I don't know. But like their roster, Scientology's roster,
Stacked.
It's not though.
No, it's not.
It's like the Who's That of 2005. Right? Because it's like fucking Jason Lee and at the point Leah Remini.
Yeah.
And Martha Plimpton. Right? Isn't she one?
It feels like she is.
Right?
Yeah.
But like
she has that vacant look behind her eyes.
Sure, you got Tom Cruise. You got John Travolta and you got secret Will Smith. But like
let us not forget Kirstie Alley.
R.I.P. But like after those
fat actress gone too soon.
It's like being the Bulls in the 90s, right? You're like Jordan, Pippen, Rodman.
Yeah.
And then you're like, all these other guys are just here and feeding off of the fact that you've got Jordan and Pippen and Rodman.
I think that's really unfair to Steve Kerr.
I mean, he did make one really
He made
big
the shot, man.
I know.
He made the fucking shot.
And like, I was a big Tony Kukoc fan growing up, but it's not like Tony Kukoc off of the Bulls did fucking anything.
Talk about
or Luke Longley,
White
or
Bulls,
Horace Grant. Like those guys didn't do shit away from the Bulls.
Well, Horace made all his money on the Magic.
That's true. Everybody knows that. Let's
and
talk about white
and in college.
White Bulls.
White Bulls. That's where it's at.
That's White Bulls. Yeah. Brian Scalabrine. I think that's after your time, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I retired from sports.
When you retired from watching sports.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, like you got okay, cool. You got 3 big names.
Yeah.
And the rest of your roster is garbage.
Is
who are willing to give you money even though they're not making that much money.
Yeah.
Like, once My Name is Earl was off TV, where was Jason Lee making his money
Fantastic
from?
question.
Being friends with Kevin Smith? Does that just pay money?
Chasing Amy royalties?
Maybe. Clerks 1, Clerks 2, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Mm-hmm.
All that residual from those movies is what's giving you the right to be a part of Scientology.
He's not even the best Jason Lee.
He's not the best Jason Lee. He's like the 4th best Jason Lee. But yeah, they really suck. And also, too, like, Travolta hasn't been good in years.
No.
Will Smith's...
with the notable exception of The Fanatic.
Of course. Will Smith has never been good.
Yep.
And Tom Cruise is pretty sick, and I love all his movies, and I would be your friend, Tom. Even if you're batshit crazy.
1,000%.
1,000%. He's great. He's the greatest.
Yeah. And anyone who meets him, he's like, oh, I get it.
Yeah.
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 He's captivating.
Yeah. He's as the kids are saying, he's got the Riz.
He's got Riz.
He's got the most Riz.
He
seems like a genuinely cool dude to be around.
Yeah, just
as
also,
long as you don't ask him anything about Scientology.
Just also crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or kidnapping Katie Holmes.
And secret gay.
Or being gay.
Yeah. Yeah, if you keep like a few key things off the table, he's the best hang. Yeah. Did we know what Riz stands for?
Charisma.
Yes. I was very excited when I learned
Scott,
that.
I'm with it, all right? I know what the kids are talking about.
I used to be with it, but then they changed what it was. Now what I'm with isn't it. And what is it seems weird and scary, and it'll happen to you.
Why, there are no kids at the 4-H club either. Am I so out of touch? No. It's the children that are wrong. Yeah, but then I was wondering, like, if... does Riz mean... Riz Ahmed. Does Riz mean...
Imagine, okay, quick sidebar. Imagine already being as cool as Riz Ahmed, and then your first name now means having game.
Yeah,
that's he just like can't take an L. This guy,
he really can't. He really can't.
Yeah. Except he keeps having bad times whenever he plays a musician in a movie.
That is true. That is true. But that's his choice. He's picking those movies.
Yeah.
Like. I have Riz up until the point where I have to ask the girl out.
Yeah.
I got Riz all the way through, like, the flirting stage, the spending, like the hanging out, doing stuff.
Yeah.
But then where I'm like, hey, do you want to, like, actively date? And I'm just like, nope, can't do it. Too afraid. What she says, no, can't do it.
Can't do it.
Like, it completely goes out the window. It's like, it's a reference you wouldn't get because you didn't watch it. Never mind. Continue.
Try it.
Nah, that's right.
Do it for the listeners.
No.
Blow them kisses.
Man Seeking Woman.
Okay.
Which is one of my favorite shows.
Jay Baruchel.
And Eric Andre. There's an episode where he discovers that he's going bald, but it's very progressive and slow, but he thinks he's just immediately bald.
Yeah.
And so that gives him the confidence to just say, like, fuck it, whatever.
Yeah.
And he just starts hitting on every woman, and then they do like a cut scene, because the show is very much like a Family Guy gags.
There's cutaways, and like
but,
him imagining stuff.
Yeah. And so the idea is that he's a police negotiator, and him and Eric Andre get called to a scene where they're like, there's like the most beautiful woman in the world in that bar, and nobody in there knows how to hit on her, and they're all terrified. And then he goes, like they're trying to like talk him out of going in there because it's suicide, and he goes, nah, I got it, and he goes in and he just walks straight up to her, just starts talking to her, and like asks her out, and she says, yeah, I'd love to, and he goes, oh, I mean, when are you free? Like, maybe we could do tomorrow night if you're not free tomorrow night, and he just like completely loses it.
Yeah.
Like that's 100% me.
Yeah,
I'm so good at the setup that when it comes time to like actually take the swing, I'm like, no, I can't do it. No. So she says, no, I'll be embarrassed forever, and I'll never be able to show my face here again. I'm done. So I just can't do it.
I'll have to kill myself.
Yeah, that's it. I'm done. Over.
Yeah.
Game over, man.
Hopefully you would confirm that I think I have
that your kisses taste like tacos.
My kisses do taste like tacos. I have S tier service industry Riz,
like on a whole, like S tier plus. Like they've created an entire secondary tier that no one can push through the barrier. It's just you, the man in the high castle, right there, and then everything else below. Yeah. 1,000%. Every time we go to Slut Coffee,
and
it's just like you're
like, is Scott gonna fuck this?
Yeah, I was like, do I need to go wait in the car? Like, but yeah, service industry, you are like S tier plus.
Thank
for
you.
Sure.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm glad it's that's not just in my head.
No. And I think I've said it to you before.
You have.
That like we go somewhere and I'm like, Scott, if you want to fuck that girl, you probably fuck that girl. You're like, yeah, probably.
There's all those extra steps.
Yeah, then I gotta get dirty. Like,
Gotta wash my dick.
Yeah, I like a clean dick, not a greasy dick.
But yeah, if that was the whole thing,
Yeah, it was just the flirting.
If that was the whole thing, I would be making so much sex.
You'd be fucking Burt Reynolds.
Just mustache rides as far as the eye can see.
But instead, you're the Burt Reynolds at the Oscars when Robin Williams won for Best Supporting Actor, where he's just sort of like, they gave it to a fucking comedian.
97, tough year.
Tough year.
Tough year.
It's a good year because I think he beats out like him, Forrester, Anthony Hopkins,
Finding Forrester,
and Tom Wilkins, Mr. Michael Clayton himself. No, Michael Clayton's George Clooney.
Yes.
Yeah, the guy Michael Clayton's helping, Tom Wilkinson.
Let's see what was going on at the
Robert Forster, Burt Reynolds, Anthony Hopkins.
I don't know.
And Tom Wilkinson, I think.
I don't know how you're pulling all 5.
Was it all 5?
19. I'm looking it up now. Chill out on the celebration. But the fact you're just like what appears to be fairly easily pulling all 5 1997 Best Supporting Actor nominees is fucking wild to me.
I don't know if I can pull all the movies. So it's like Forrester is for Jackie Brown. I think Burt Reynolds is for Boogie Nights. I think Anthony Hopkins is for Amistad. I think Robin Williams obviously is for Good Will Hunting.
You have 4 out of 5 so far. This is insane to me.
And
this is insane to me.
Tom Wilkinson.
It's not Wilkinson.
Oh, it's not Wilkinson.
Regrettably.
Who's the other one?
It's the British girl's dad on season 4 of You.
None of those words made sense to me. None of those words made any sense to me. The British dad on the 4th season.
But he's not British. He's American. His daughter's British.
The 5th person.
But she's faking for attention.
But the other 4 were correct.
Yep.
Man, and the movies were correct?
Yes.
Oh my god.
I know.
Who's number 5 in that? Greg Kinnear.
Yes.
As Good as It Gets.
Yes. Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah.
God damn.
That is just... I don't know if it's because over the course of time I've watched Robin Williams' acceptance speech for that a bunch, since it's happened.
And you see all the other faces?
Well, also because he actively thanks Harvey Weinstein in his speech.
Yes. I mean, Weinstein used to get thanked
all the time. He was involved in everything. 12
times per Oscar.
He was involved in literally everything. And he worked on every movie that, like, Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, other big, Mark Wahlberg.
Tarantino.
Everybody, right? So every time
he made everything good.
He did. And he did nothing wrong. Except for all those times he raped some women.
Except for all the rapes.
But, okay.
Besides the rapes, he barely did anything wrong.
Right. If you exclude rapes.
Yeah. He's mostly okay.
He's mostly the best film producer of all time. But then if you re-include those rapes, he's like number 4.
Yeah.
But still, top 5.
Still top 5.
Yeah.
Top 5 with the rapes.
But I like that he got canceled and went to prison and fake being sick so that the judge and the jury would have sympathy for him. And it backfired and didn't work.
Yeah.
But like somehow that also got his brother canceled.
Yeah.
Because now his brother also doesn't really like produce movies. But maybe
they're calling it the Mark Briscoe effect.
What, he'll never tag team with anybody ever again? He'll never do singles matches?
He'll never tag team with Jay Briscoe again.
Because, like, I don't know if that's just I don't want my name out there because of my brother, or they were like, well, guilty by association, your brother did some rapes and you didn't, even though you didn't know about them, you didn't stop them.
But also you might have watched.
Could have.
Yeah, I think it's probably kind of both. Like, the name is not great anymore. It holds a lot less cachet than it used to. And, some people probably think that he's... Yeah, but it's just a guilt by association thing.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Motherfucking all 5 1997 best, not best actor, best supporting actor nominees.
Yeah, I think it's just because over the course of time, I've watched that Robin Williams acceptance speech a lot of times. Because, I mean, who doesn't love Robin Williams? And, like, it's wild to
Racists.
think that he has an Oscar.
It's cool.
Like,
he has an Oscar.
he did some great movies, for sure, but it's just wild that he has an Oscar.
He should have got it for Jumanji.
I don't know about that. Should have got one for Mrs. Doubtfire.
You show me a better scene.
I can't. I know where you're going. Can't. It's the number one.
Show me a better scene where a man tears open an unrelated boy's pants so a tail can pop out.
Yeah.
In cinema history, you can't.
That is the you on the S tier plus, and then the tail pop S tier plus.
Yes.
They're the same thing, different lists, but they're the same.
I give so much fucking credit to Jumanji. Jumanji is actually one of the best slow burn TFs in movies.
It is.
And so much extra credit because it's a species I don't even give a fuck about.
And also, it's barely not human.
Yeah, it's monkey.
Yeah.
And it's still that good.
Yeah.
Imagine if it was, like, if that was cat, holy fuck.
Yeah.
Best movie, I'd be watching it right now. I wouldn't be doing this stupid podcast. I'd be watching Jumanji for the 12,000th time.
Every day is Jumanji
Every day is Jumanji Day. You kidding me?
You kidding me? You better be writing that down.
Every day is Jumanji Day? Yeah. I am, in fact, going to write that. Any other housekeeping? Is it time for Spooktober?
Could be time for Spooktober. Yeah, I don't think we had anything else to do. Next week, we'll be doing the all-in preview. Next
week's coming out early. You'll be, if you're listening to these day of release, you're listening to this on Monday.
Woo.
Thank God it's Monday. TJIM. Thank God it's men. Trans girls in me. No?
Nyla Rose?
Handsome woman.
I'm a top-only trans. Oh, so you're a gay man.
6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Then we
should I have said that? I don't know. Whatever. It's fucking too late now.
Too late. I feel like it would not be prudent to do the all-in preview, release the all-in preview next Monday, given that the show is on Sunday. So we'll record it Friday, put it up Saturday. So you have all Saturday to listen to it.
Don't act like you don't have time. We know you have time.
You have all damn Saturday.
Losers.
That episode will be executive produced by Tommy. I don't know what that means other than it was Tommy's idea for us to do it. So there's that. Do we get Kelly for that?
We'll see.
We'll see. And then the following week, which is back to Monday, so there will be 9 days in between those two episodes. I hope you guys are going to be okay.
Shut up. Stop crying.
Shut up.
Stop crying.
Maybe the first content episode of season 5 as we find ourselves what has to be 12 episodes in at this point.
Yeah. That seems about right.
I'm going to see how many we actually are.
I think it's
videos.
Where
did we start? So it's after the request, the new / season finale.
Yeah, I was going to say, you should be able to just look at the posters,
2,
right?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Today,
this is 12.
Is the 12th season 5 episode.
Good pull.
So then 13 is the all-in preview. 14. So the first content episode, it'll only have taken us 14 episodes to get to 14 episodes to get to season 5 episode 1. I think I'm going to call it season 5 episode 1. Really fuck people up.
That's pretty funny.
That's going to mess people up real nice. So that feels good.
I can't believe that because I scrolled back just to see like the poster where it changed, and like going back to the very beginning of the podcast, we did a Nitro episode that was 25 minutes long.
We had some
That's crazy.
We had 4-person, 4 mic. But by 4 mic, I mean one iPhone. 4 mic sub 30-minute episodes. That's insane to me.
It's crazy.
We're just getting warmed up. Sometimes we'll just have snacks for half an hour.
Lane and Rave talk about chasing Rizats, and we ponder the relentless cruelty of life. Hulk Hogan is a big, bald bastard who deserved what he got. That's the description of the episode.
It's real fun to because they're all just like lined up on iTunes or whatever podcast thing. The descriptions are very funny. Sometimes they're inside jokes I don't remember.
Do not remember.
But they're like on the whole, they're just very funny to read.
Well, here's the June 26th episode of Nitro.
It's a good day.
Laws are relaxed. Enjoy some gay marriage word problems. Kelly's last name is Christmas. What is Tank Abbott's type? The end of the worst half year of our lives.
Nice.
I don't remember this Kelly's last name.
I don't remember
Christmas.
Kelly Christmas.
Like, that's a pretty specific gag.
And
that is the very last episode where we go under an hour. Because after that, it goes...
They call that the tipping point.
Yeah, and then that must be where we start getting down to, like, you, me, Kelly, then just you, me's got to be pretty soon after that.
It was June, like, I'd say the first...
Juneteenth?
It could have been June... Oh, there was a Juneteenth episode.
There was a Juneteenth episode.
What's the description for Juneteenth?
Oh, God, I don't know. No, stop going over.
Now I'm excited.
Do you remember when the fuck that would be?
June 19th.
I mean, June 19th, but...
I mean, the one before June 26th, I would say.
21st. That's not it. It's got to be the year before, probably, right?
I don't know. You were just at a thing.
I went back, and then I had to move forward again. So.
Huge mistake.
Well, because I thought we were done talking about it.
We're never done talking about it.
I'm going to say June 24. The Departed, more like retarded.
I don't think that's the description for the June 19th
Thursday
Nitro.
Raw Thursday. We got put in horny jail for a week.
That do happen. I'm gonna find it so much faster than you.
Well, I keep getting distracted by all the good names.
June
Slumdog Millionaire, more like cum shot in your hair.
That might be my best one because that's a lot of syllables working together and pulling weight.
Yeah. The Hurt Locker, more like Meet the Fockers.
That I just couldn't figure one out for that. I'm like, yeah,
so good.
Meet the Fockers.
Watch out, he's got a switchblade. The artist, more like the autist.
Yeah. We were debating between the autist and fartist on that one, I believe.
What's the time? Diaper time? I don't know.
Always Sunny.
Billie Kay is the worst wrestler on the planet, and I'm glad she's fired.
Yep.
These are so good.
There's some fun stuff in there. We should just do an episode of reading descriptions of past episodes.
Yeah.
Nitro, June 19th, 2000. Big T, more like low T. Nitro, the other N-word. Hey, we did an N-word on Juneteenth.
Nice.
Fun.
Nice. It's almost Fiend Day. Was the WrestleMania 37 preview.
Fiend Day. Fun. 37. So that's 2021?
Yeah.
Was there... What... I guess that was...
Him, Orton.
That was the... Yeah, that was Jack in the Box?
Yeah.
Oh, it was Fiend Day.
Yeah.
And that was his... Is that his... Is that his second most recent match?
Yes, it is.
Wow.
Yes, it is.
Something else caught your eye.
Todd Pettengill cut his fucking hair.
Oh, when he cut the mullet. That was a sad day. When Todd entered the mid-90s from the early 90s.
Well, because the first In Your House is Todd Pettengill's
fucking hair. I remember
the
that.
Second one.
Todd Pettengill cut his fucking hair. Yeah.
Parasite, more like pair of guys I'd like to have sex with.
That was a good one too. That was fun. That's fun for everyone.
We realized we didn't have much to do for 2021 and have now wildly overcommitted.
Oh, that's when we decided to do 2 a week.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's insane. We're never going to be able to do that again.
And who would want to?
Who would want to? I don't even want to do one a week.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But I don't want to do 2 a week.
No, 2 weeks.
Although the wrestling ones are always so easy.
Yeah,
it's always the other content stuff that we're like,
yeah,
this is taking forever. Speaking of other content,
yep.
Spooktober's in full effect.
It's true. I just got to chill right now.
Ooh. Feel that ghost? That's the ghost of somebody who killed themselves in this room.
Oh yeah, I always forget this is a suicide room. You should clean that blood. It's been a long
it's part
time.
It's a load-bearing blood. It would take that blood down the wall's glass.
That's fair. No, that blood's gotta stay.
So you'd never seen this, right?
I'd never seen this.
Had you ever heard of it?
I had heard of it, but let me tell you this. I was told to watch this from one Nick S. I was told with money, which is the P.S. the best way to tell me to do something.
Right.
If anyone else wants to tell me to do something with money, do it at paypal.me/NotScottHenson. It's gonna get done. I had heard of it. He told me to see it, so I went to legaldownloads.com and searched for it, and not a copy to be seen.
Oh.
I go on another thing, even more legaldownloads.com. Its sister site.
Yeah.
Nothing. And I'm like, is this a secret movie? Do I gotta go dark web? Do I need to bust out the Tor browser for this?
Okay, I hope the end of this is a very funny thing, but I don't think it is.
I spelled flyer wrong.
That's what I was hoping it was!
Yeah. Yeah. That's what happened.
Scott, I've never been happier in my entire life than right now knowing you spelled flyer the F-L-Y-E-R.
With a Y.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. When you do the I, it lights right up.
Oh, like there's 400 of them. Cool.
Yeah. Lights right up like a black Cessna with red trim.
Shout out to the movie we watched.
Skymaster 330.
It's in full on YouTube.
Nice.
So I didn't have to download it. I just watched it in full on YouTube.
Very nice. So what does young Nicholas say about this? The Night Flyer, 1997. Hey, we talked earlier about movie requests. Sorry, but I'm only able to afford one request this time, cheapskate.
Coward.
Pussy.
Coward.
F-slur.
Mortgage your house. Assuming you own a house. Probably don't. Because you listen to this podcast.
I'll be requesting.
Most people who listen to this podcast don't have a house.
Yeah, safe bet. I'll be requesting 1997's The Night Flyer. Oh, it's you who did it to me, Nick.
Oh, he spelled it wrong.
He spelled it with a Y in his little write-up.
You idiot.
You know what?
You idiot. You stupid bitch. You're as dumb as a dog.
You know what? Maybe we're going to dog you up come Fursona assignment day. Come.
We're going to come him up?
Oh, I haven't shown you...
Oh,
No. It's totally fine.
I don't like the segue
I know.
I haven't shown you the thing.
I know it's a rough segue, R-U-F-F. But I've taken, I believe, my finest picture. I call it Nomad Complex out of context.
Okay. I love it.
For the listeners, can I?
Yeah, I think you can
make it the thumbnail.
I think you can. I don't think that's gonna set off any.
It's fine.
It's not.
They're two legitimate words.
Two legitimate words. One's in parentheses. Yeah, I think you're fine.
So, for those who
we said, this is the all come episode.
This is the all come episode. For those who only have the audio version of this podcast,
sorry.
I have a picture on my phone.
Go to the YouTube real quick.
I have a picture on my phone that it's just text. It's a picture of text.
Picture of text.
That says dog and then in brackets bust.
Bust.
Yeah, so I've been aiding the fine people at Nomad Complex get out the 8,000 odd orders that they received in about 1 hour when their warehouse clear out sale went live. And one of the things is they've got they've got a sticker called Dead Dog, and it's just like a dog with X'd out eyes design. And there's two versions of the sticker. There's one like rectangular sticker that's a whole thing with text, and that's Dead Dog full. And then there's one that's just like the cutout of the dog head, and that's Dead Dog bust. So I take the picture, zoom in, crop it, and then show it to everyone else there. I'm like, surely, like I just got here, but surely you guys have been joking about dog bust for some time now. And they're like, no one's ever brought that up before. I'm like, what are you even doing here without me? I just made your workplace a million times better, so you're welcome.
That's pretty great. I forgot that I had several photos I meant to send to you.
Oh.
And the third one is definitely something that I meant to read on this podcast. So look at the first two first.
So number one, we have what appears to be a cool shirt.
Very cool shirt.
Which
that came up as a recommended ad on X.com.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So they've got you pegged with their algorithm.
I'm getting a lot of that, and I'm getting a ton of people with blue check marks who are talking about the Freedom Convoy, like in a like that.
Pro.
Like, a coward shut down this peaceful protest. Like I've been getting a lot of those. So obviously I'm talking in my sleep, so my phone hears it.
Yeah. Are we still doing Freedom Convoys?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
About what? COVID's been over and fake for 2 years.
About the fact that they still made them do it, or they were trying to make them do it.
Because like nothing's.
It's all about the fact that drivers had to be vaccinated to cross the border into Canada.
Yeah.
And that's the entire time that's been happening.
But they don't anymore.
No, and they haven't for a while.
So what are we doing?
The fact that their freedoms were taken away by Mr. Trudeau.
And what's their goal? Because it's not like they're trying to gain these freedoms, because they have all of them already. They're just mad.
I don't think they have.
We haven't thought.
Yeah, I think
that far.
It's a real underpants gnome situation.
There's a blank.
It's protest COVID.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Profit.
Fuck Justin Trudeau. That's it. There's no
Okay.
But yeah, so it was a T-shirt that was.
So it's a cool T-shirt.
Yeah.
It appears to be the picture of the United States Capitol. There's a cop dunking a basketball, and it's a picture of what appears to be the Capitol storming, and it's presented as a sports jersey logo called the Washington Jan Sixers. So that's pretty cool. I assume you bought it.
Yep. I got you one too.
Nice. Have you received your Japanese shirt?
It's in the closet.
I want to see it right now.
Well, you can't because you're sitting in front of the closet, but I'll show you afterwards.
Damn it. Do you love it?
Yeah, it's great. It's
nice.
It's I'm never gonna wear it because it's white and I'm afraid to ruin it. So I will wear it once and only once. Maybe when I see Ken Jr. But
yes.
Hey, look, it's your brother.
Wink, wink, wink. Now, picture number 2 appears to be a map of Europe. Oh, Europe getting a lot of play today.
I am.
And it's a color-coded chart for each country. Legality of consensual sex between siblings. Nice. So what are we looking at? So we got a lot of green in Scandinavia, England, and Central Europe.
Which is wild. Central Europe is the no.
You can't fuck your sister in Poland?
Yeah, it's weird, right?
Huh.
I thought that Central Europe would be all for it.
Yeah. Surprising. And then we have no data for Austria and the Baltics.
Yeah.
And then like a couple Yugoslavs and maybe
the Estans. Turkey and...
What's the little one between, I guess, Romania and...
Bulgaria?
Maybe that's Bulgaria.
Or is that Hungary? Is it Andorra?
It's you know what? I'm fairly certain it's not Andorra. Although Andorra, I see the little dot. Oh yeah. So I guess all the tiny countries they don't have data for.
I guess.
So who knows what's going on in Liechtenstein?
I don't know. We'll never know.
But yeah, there's a little Andorra dot that's no data. So no data for those. Then moving up the scale. So just Italy is okay. Maybe I read that one. Is that the funniest one?
I think yellow's pretty funny.
Yellow's also funny. Okay. So we'll come back to Southern Europe. So it is just plain legal just plain ass legal in France, Spain, and Russia.
Portugal and Belgium.
Yeah, Portugal, Belgium, and whatever.
Maybe the Netherlands.
Whatever.
Is that also the Netherlands? Yeah, it's also the Netherlands.
Okay. And then one little one.
Latvia.
Beside the Baltics.
Estonia.
Because I think those 1, 2, 3.
Oh yeah.
Are Latvia, Lithuania, Estonia.
So what's the little one?
What's that little guy? Some bullshit.
Is it maybe what's up there? That's
Kyrgyzstan.
It's Kyrgyzstan.
Yeah. So those are just straight up. So you can.
Who cares?
Have at it in France.
Who cares?
France makes sense. France is one of the most incestuous countries.
Yeah, and they're disgusting and they stink.
Yeah. So that's cool. And then just Germany is. Just Germany is legal for same-sex siblings and minors. That's very interesting.
Yeah. So you can have gay sex with your brother.
You know why? No incest.
Because you're not making babies. But you can also have sex if you're opposite sex minors.
I'm not sure because the wording is unclear.
Yeah.
Is it all same sex?
It's just same sex. But then why wouldn't it just be legal for same sex siblings, period?
Because that's what Ireland is.
Yeah.
And
I like how progressive Ireland is. That they're like, you can be gay. We don't care.
You can have gay incest.
You can have gay incest. We're fine with that. That's pretty cool. That's pretty wild.
Cool. So good for Ireland. Good for Germany.
Good for Germany.
Which brings us to the two, besides France, the two horniest countries in Europe.
Oh, yeah.
So Greece is legal only for minors.
Only for minors.
If you can fuck your sister as a kid.
What is the age of consent in Greece?
You're a kid, your sister's a kid. Let nature take its course.
Nature.
But don't do it in your 20s.
Age of consent.
That's gross.
Greece. 15.
Wow.
So under 15 in Greece. 15 and under in Greece. No, because 15 would be the age of consent. So 14 and under.
Yeah.
You can have sex with your sibling.
Cool. Greece knocking it out of the park as usual. I'm
kind of surprised there's even a rule in Greece. Yeah. They invented gayness.
They did. If they didn't invent it, they at least perfected it.
They sure did.
Which just leaves us with the boot. Italy. Legal if it does not provoke public scandal. Keep it to yourself.
Do it in your own home. Yeah. Don't tell anybody.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to know what you and your brother are doing. It's disgusting.
That's great. If it does not, that's the law.
That's the law.
The law is you can do it if it doesn't provoke public because that's such a nebulous thing. Like, how do I know if it's going to provoke public scandal?
Yeah. I guess all of it's public scandal.
And now the third picture you've sent me.
Yes. Is a screen cap.
It's a screen cap
from something that happened to me.
Oh, okay. Do you know this person?
Nope.
Okay.
I think it's a scammer or something. I don't know.
Okay. So this is from Lise.
Yeah.
Lase, first name, last name.
Yep. On Telegram.
On Telegram. Sends you a message. Hey. You respond, yo. Hi, Peter. How are you? I'm Lise. You say, who the fuck is Peter? She says, oh, maybe I answered the wrong number. I'll check again. Hope it didn't bother you. You actually did bother me. I was 4 knuckles deep, and now I have to set up all over again. It's like a 30-minute process I have to start again. Thanks for nothing, Lise, in quotation marks. Because you can't just go in. Most people think you just shove, like a whole fist. But the key is you actually have to make sort of a duck with your hand first. Then once you squeeze it in, then you make the fist.
Yeah. And I think she replied with...
Oh, there's a reply?
Well, she replied, but I didn't... I, fell asleep. She's like, what do you mean? I'm going to reply right now. I'm talking about fisting my own ass until I come soft.
That's what I'm talking about.
What I'm talking about. What I'm talking about. And you ruined for me You dumb whore.
Big day.
Anyways, that was on my way home from work, I think.
That's fun.
Just like and like I've had other random, because she's like her pictures, she's a Chinese, and I've definitely had other girls that are like other Chinese girls like that are, oh, I'm coming to visit where you live soon, and would you show me around? And then you like, I'll do the similar thing where I was just like, yeah, I'd love to show you all of the places to leave a body of a tourist, and then or something like that, right? But it's obviously not a real girl.
Yeah. I don't know how it works.
I don't know.
Like, how do they get you? Do they just like...
They're just putting in random numbers and seeing
but like what is their goal? Like, do they try to get enough conversation that then they ask you for money or something?
I guess, but it's literally never gotten that far.
How could it... Yeah, I don't see how it could ever... I guess if I was a horny Indian man...
Sure.
I guess I could see it going further.
Sure.
And, like, it keeps happening, so it must work to some degree. Same with, like, the Nigerian email scam. Like, it was so pervasive, it must have worked some of the time.
Oh, it definitely worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely worked.
I guess this is the same thing.
I guess next time it happens, I should just lean into it and pretend like I'm falling for it and just see
what actually happens.
Like, when they say, like... Oh, like I would love to hang out with you, but first I want to make sure you're a real person. Can you go to this website and put in all of your information so I can like make sure that you're really you or something like that?
Yeah, and actually, what's crazy is I just inherited a bunch of money.
Oh,
but I need to
in order to get it out of
to get it out and the escrow fees.
Yeah.
I just need like a couple thousand, but then I'll be rich.
And then I'll give you back your money plus
a bunch
of other
because
stuff.
we're getting married, so you'll basically get half of it.
That is true. You know what? I think I'm gonna fall for it next time. I want that money.
Yeah,
I want that money.
Just got a message from LW. Yo, I'm at Pitch and Putt at Kensington, which we've been to.
Yep.
And there's a father-son pair in front of us, and he's losing his shit, like slamming his clubs and throwing his balls and shit, and the kid's like 14.
Nice. Nice.
Love it.
I love being mad at how bad you're playing pitch and putt.
Pitch and putt.
That's pretty fun.
Like, that's not the place for a golf freak out.
No. I'm just gonna have a nice night, a nice afternoon out with my son. Also, I have so many rage issues.
Yeah, on this 65-yard hole.
Yeah, very, very funny. So
Night Flyer?
We got paid.
We did.
To watch the 1997 Stephen King novel, The Night Flyer, spelled Flyer. I'm very happy that the end result was exactly what I wanted to be. I wanted you to spell it wrong, but it's not your fault. But also, I'm very happy that you did. I knew it was spelled right because I've seen it before.
Yeah.
It is, because you said, should we invite Kelly to do the all-in review?
Yeah.
And I was going to say, well, if we didn't invite him to review legitimately one of his favorite movies, maybe not inviting him for wrestling.
This is a weird one of someone's favorite movies.
I imagine he must have seen it a lot as a kid, maybe.
I guess.
And it's a nostalgia thing for him.
Yeah.
I like genuinely like this movie, and I like all of the 90s Stephen King adaptations.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily because they're like so good, but they just have like a very specific feel to them.
They do, for sure.
And I just like the feel of them all. Like, like they're all, they've got like very, like the music in these movies doesn't really fit the movie at all, but it just kind of works somehow. Because like there's too much like, it's like a made-for-TV movie, but it's not. And the movies, like, there's some, like, silly kind of upbeat stuff that just gets thrown in.
Yeah, there is.
And very, like, synthy stuff at times.
Very synthy, yeah.
And it's just, like, this is supposed to be a straight-up horror movie.
But parts definitely aren't.
Yeah, but I just like them so much.
Yeah.
Because there's Needful Things, there's, of course, Thinner. There's Eat. There's
It. Oh. Salem's Lot?
Salem's Lot. Salem Lot's kind of shitty. It's a little shitty. But yeah, like all of those movies are just like really, really fun.
Yeah.
And I'd only seen this once with Kelly, like 12 years ago.
Okay.
But in my head, I'm like, it's fun. I really like the concept.
It's definitely pretty fun.
And Miguel Ferrer is just like such a piece of shit in it.
It's great.
He's the best.
Yeah. I didn't finish Nick's write-up.
Sorry, yeah.
Because we got hung up on the spelling. You know. I'll be requesting 1987's Nightfire with a Y.
Spelled wrong.
It's a made-for-TV movie, so it has a weird look to it. Also, the main character is a real cool guy that we can all look up to. Good luck not having the ending spoiled for you. I didn't.
That's good.
Yep. Pictures of the reveal are everywhere when you search up the movie. Hope you have a great day. Thanks, Nick. I did. Largely because you gave me money.
And also you didn't look it up.
And also I didn't get spoiled.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I did not know anything coming in.
Good.
So I was fresh. I was fresh-faced. I was bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
Good. I surprisingly remembered almost the entire movie.
Yep.
Which is weird because I saw it, like I said, 12 years ago one time. But it stuck with me somehow.
What's Stephen King's hit-to-miss ratio?
Ooh. Like book-wise or movies being made adaptations?
Movie adaptation-wise.
50%.
I think 50 might be generous.
Yeah.
I think he's under 500.
I mean, to be fair, it's not his fault.
Except the one he directed.
Except for the one he directed, because he wasn't happy about the original that's significantly better than anything he could ever do.
I wasn't even thinking about The Shining. I was thinking about Maximum Overdrive, or the other one. Yeah,
Maximum Overdrive fucking sucks.
The one he did all the coke in the world and wrote and directed it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Scary Trucks! Rawr!
He's got 1981's Night Riders, which I've never heard of.
No.
Creepshow, good. Cat's Eye, not good.
Yeah.
Silver Bullet, honestly, probably not good, but I think is fun. But I'm gonna go with not good. Maximum Overdrive, bad.
Terrible.
Creepshow 2 is fine. It's whatever. Pet Sematary, great.
Yeah.
Sleepwalkers. Fun. Has that awesome Enya song at the end that I can't stop listening to.
True.
Thinner, great.
Yeah.
Diary
of a Mad Black Woman?
What?
I didn't know that was Stephen King.
These are films. Is it going to separate made for TV and... Yep.
Oh, boy.
Okay, so we got Carrie. Good. Shinning, good. Cujo, terrifying. And pretty good, I think. The Dead Zone. I don't think I've seen The Dead Zone. It's a Cronenberg, and I'm not a Berg Cronenberg guy. Christine, stupid. Children of the Corn, bad. Because everybody thinks Children of the Corn is Village of the Damned. And Village of the Damned is good. Children of the Corn is stupid.
Yeah.
Firestarter, bad.
Yeah.
Stand By Me, probably his best movie.
Nah.
No? You think The Mist is better?
I think Shawshank is better.
Oh, yeah, Shawshank. I don't know. I mean, I think Stand By Me is really good. He wrote, loosely based on the same novel, but he wrote The Running Man?
Oh, I didn't know that.
It says, based loosely on the novel of the same name, published under the pseudonym Richard Bachman.
Well, fuck me.
I didn't realize he wrote The Running Man.
Well, that's fun.
I like The Running Man a lot.
Running Man's a hit.
Running Man was the book I chose to write a paper on in high school.
Only watch the movie?
So I could watch the movie,
yeah.
But because it was like 2001 or 2, it wasn't easily accessible, so I had to read the book.
Ah, shit.
But it didn't matter. Book was good, but I really like the movie. Tales from the Dark Side, the movie, there are 3 stories in it. 2 are good and 2 are bad.
Okay.
Graveyard Shift, good. Misery, awesome.
Yep.
Lawnmower Man, horrible.
Stupid.
The Dark Half I've never seen.
No.
Needful Things, great. Shawshank, obviously great.
Yeah.
Mangler, boring. Dolores Claiborne, boring.
Yeah.
Nightfire, awesome. Apt Pupil which
I didn't know that was Stephen King.
which may or may not come up in the future, based on the novella of the same name written by Stephen King.
Is
Directed by International Waters, baby.
Oh, I know who directed it, because the only thing I know about Apt Pupil is that there's a naked boys, like fully naked boys shower scene that it did.
And
it
we're
didn't
gonna watch it.
It didn't stay in the movie. Or
No,
did it?
I don't think so.
Yeah, but
I don't think you can show naked boy shower scene.
But he sure filmed it,
Yeah,
because he's a professional.
there's probably a director's cut only at his house that is an entire hour.
Release the singer
longer.
cut.
Release the singer cut. The Green Mile, pretty good.
Yeah, made me cry, but not exactly where it was supposed to.
When the mouse died.
Mouse. I don't care about that monster, man. I don't care about monster tard. You can kill you can kill 100 monster tards.
Take my hands, boss, like that monster tard in the Green Mile. Monster tard.
Yeah. He didn't shed one goddamn tear for Michael Clark Duncan, but that fucking mouse, forget about it. Wrecked me.
Yep. Hearts in Atlantis, boring. Dreamcatcher.
Didn't know that was King.
Ridiculous.
But
good.
But monster
in the toilet. That yep.
Yeah. Who is in that? Because I was wrong about
Dreamcatcher.
Yeah. I was wrong about
Damian Lewis, Tom Jane, Jason Lee, the aforementioned cool Jason Lee.
Yeah, I conflated it with
Timothy Oliphant.
I conflated it with
Tom Sizemore,
Keanu Reeves and Kevin Bacon movies.
Right.
I conflated it with, I believe, Keanu Reeves' The Gift.
Yeah.
And Kevin Bacon, The Woodsman.
Which is none of those movies are even remotely.
No, I know.
The same thing,
I haven't seen any of them.
Ooh, Scott.
So they're all the same to me.
Ooh, I think we're doing a Woodsman watch.
Are we doing a Woodsman?
It's got some material in it that I think you'll like.
I like material that
I think
like.
You'll like it. So it's got Tom Jane, Jason Lee, Damian Lewis, Timothy Oliphant, Morgan Freeman, Tom Sizemore, and Donnie Wahlberg playing a retard.
Tight. Himself.
Who pretty much.
Starring Donnie Wahlberg as his retarded self.
Yeah, starring Donnie Wahlberg as the brother who didn't blind a Vietnamese man.
The good brother.
The good brother. The good brother. Well, now I lost my thing because I went to that. Where were we? We're doing the movies.
We're at The Woodsman. Not a Stephen King movie.
We're at The Woodsman.
We were at Dreamcatcher.
Yeah, Dreamcatcher, Secret Window, dumb.
No, bad.
Riding the Bullet, I never saw.
Nope.
1408, terrible.
Oh, I forgot that was a movie.
John Cusack and
Sam
L. Jackson.
Yep, didn't see it, don't care.
The Mist, maybe one of the greatest endings of all time.
Unbelievable.
Then just a bunch of late 90s into the 2010s like remakes and things that are just not the remake of Carrie. Something called Mercy I've never even heard of.
And these are
adaptations
theatrical
from his
films.
Yeah,
because I feel like we should have had a Stand in there by now. But that was
Stand
TV.
is a mini series.
Yeah.
The Dark Tower, which is bad. It 1 pretty good. It 2 garbage.
The new ones.
The new ones.
Yeah. One was all right. 2 sucked.
Yeah. Gerald's Game, didn't see. 1922 was okay. Pet Cemetery remake, not great. In Tall Grass, bad. Dr. Sleep, fucking terrible. Apparently there's a 2020 remake of Children of the Corn.
Oh yeah, there was, and nobody saw
There's a 2022 Firestarter that's bad.
I totally forgot. I remember seeing
trailers for it.
Yeah, but I remember seeing something about it in like later 22 or 23. I'm like, oh yeah,
Zac Efron, baby.
They fucking made a Firestarter remake.
Zac Efron.
And there was something about, I think people were getting mad about the bad reviews for it because it was making the girls sad.
Yes.
Was that was the thing, right?
That was it. Yeah. The little girl who is the Firestarter was getting upset that so many people were like shitting on her performance and shitting on the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry.
Don't be bad. Don't be a girl actor.
Be Drew Barrymore.
Apparently there was a 2021 called Mr. Harrigan's Phone.
No, that's made up.
Then 2023's The Boogeyman. which I refuse to watch because it's directed by the same guy who did two of the worst movies I saw during the pandemic.
Oh.
Host and Dashcam, which we've talked about before, and Adam also fucking hates.
Yeah.
Then there's apparently a 2023 Salem's Lot remake that's coming out this year. And then they're redoing Christine. There's a bunch of... They're redoing The Running Man, directed by Edgar Wright, apparently.
Oh.
This is news to me. But
that's interesting and has potential.
Yeah, but then that happened.
Oh, you stabbed me.
I mean, the last Edgar Wright was whatever, so maybe he'll do a better job.
The last Edgar Wright was easily the worst Edgar Wright.
Yeah. Then what else we got? We got...
Was the Dark Tower
Matthew McConaughey, Idris Elba?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really bad.
Yeah.
It's really bad.
It's really bad.
Yeah.
It's a mess.
And also because they did a new The Stand miniseries, which was also fucking terrible.
Yeah.
With Alexander Skarsgård was the bad guy, and there was a black woman.
And Taraji P. Henson.
Oh, my mom.
Your sister.
I should have remembered my mom was in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it fucking sucked. If they did it, like, I haven't read the book because it's 47,000 pages. Yeah. But I can't imagine the book does the horrendous Deus Ex Machina that's in this series. It was embarrassing how much the thing swoops in and fixes everything and nothing ever mattered. It's so bad. It was so fucking bad. Nice. I hated it.
Then you got The Stand. You got The Langoliers.
Oh, yeah.
You got the redone version of The Shining because he's a bitch.
They're calling it Better Shining.
Better Shining.
Steven, who needs Jack Nicholson? Who needs multi-time Oscar winner Jack Nicholson when you've got Steven Weber,
Stanley Kubrick,
the guy from Wings?
Yeah. He did something called Storm of the Century, which I've never heard of, from 1999. It was a TV miniseries. It
was like the perfect storm, but worse.
It's an original screenplay. So it's not even a book.
Not even
it's
a book,
written
not an
for
adaptation. I got no time for non-adaptations.
He also wrote the script for an episode of The X-Files, 1998's Chinga. It's the 10th episode of the 5th season.
SO5E10.
Yeah.
What's going on in that? I've seen it.
I've also seen it.
Ching
Chong.
Chinga tu madre means fuck your mother. Is it about someone fucking their mother?
Oh, surprise, surprise. The plot takes place in Maine. Melissa Turner and her young daughter go to the store. Polly carries with her an old doll that she calls Chinga. Customers watch Polly and her mother, and Polly doesn't like that. Suddenly, Melissa sees a phantasmal vision of the store's butcher on the edge of death. Melissa, terrified, decides to leave, but suddenly everyone in the store begins to claw at their eyes. Meanwhile, Dave, after seeing a monstrous reflection of Chinga, is compelled by an outside force to stab himself in the eyes, killing himself.
Tight.
Scully and Mulder stumble upon the carnage in the store. Mulder speculates that it might have been caused by dark magic or witchcraft. Scully dismisses
You're crazy for this one, Mulder.
Mulder's hypothesis and instead decides to watch the store's closed-circuit television recordings to gain a better understanding of what happened. She noticed that of all the customers in the store, only Melissa and Polly are not compelled to injure themselves. The police chief mentions that Melissa is rumored to practice witchcraft. It is revealed that she found Chinga in a lobster trap and gave it to Polly as a present before the dad gave it to her before he died. That the daycare teacher had once slapped Polly over the possessed doll.
Yep.
Yeah.
It rings a bell.
Pretty gay. Sorry. We keep getting... I can't keep doing this, Scott. I can't keep... No, I'm just kidding. What else we got? We got The Dead Zone. We got Nightmares and Dreamscapes, Heaven, Bag of Bones, Under the Dome. Do you remember that? My mom watched that.
Guess who watched it with your mom?
Your mom?
Me.
Nice. Oh, you did watch it?
Dean Norris.
Uh-huh.
A second person.
I'll give you $1 million if you can tell me who the second person is. I'm not looking.
It was...
don't worry about it. 11/22/63.
I heard that was actually good. I didn't see it.
Yeah, I didn't see it either.
It's about going back in time and stopping JFK.
Yeah.
From his head exploding.
Yeah. From his wife being so annoying that he blew his fucking brains out. No, that's Abe Lincoln. But
that's Abe Lincoln.
Same
Yeah,
thing.
that was Lincoln. JFK was Fidel Castro dressed up as Marilyn Monroe and gave JFK a case of syphilis so bad it blew out the back of his head.
That's great. Then there was a Creepshow TV show. Then there was the redone of The Stand. Yes, we watched the good episode of Creepshow.
Like a great TF
the
episode.
Greatest episode.
It was really good.
We should watch it again.
We should watch it again. I still have it. I'm like, yeah, that was a Creepshow.
It's also like, Castle Rock. Did you watch that? I watched one episode of it and it was boring.
I watched all the episodes of it. 2 seasons?
I don't know. 2018, 2019.
Does season 1 have Sissy Spacek and Scott Glenn?
Yes.
There was an episode that made me cry.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're a pussy.
I know. But
yeah, I think I watched one episode for sure, maybe 2, and then gave up on it.
Yeah, it was really weird, I remember, because they did, at the end of 1, they did like a post-credits.
Yeah.
That was clearly setting up a Shining thing.
Right.
And then season 2 was Misery.
Yeah.
It was Young Misery.
Young Misery.
Yeah. Which, I gotta say, the first... season 2 was the first not hot Lizzie Kaplan I've ever seen.
Because she's young Kathy Bates.
I'm hoping it's because she was playing young Kathy Bates and not because she's not hot anymore. Because I don't really want to live in a world where Lizzie Kaplan isn't hot. That's not my kind of world.
I'll look it up.
Don't disappoint me.
Lizzie Kaplan.
Lizzie Kaplan now hot? Question mark.
Those are all old pictures. That's definitely not her. I was just hoping she had an Instagram, but she obviously doesn't and is not using it. So let's do 2023. Lizzie Kaplan.
She good?
Shut up. You shut the fuck up. Let's see what we got. She's not
okay.
She's not like haggard and old, but she's not as young and youthful as she used to be.
Yeah.
She looks like a mom. She
looks
like somebody's mom.
Yeah, I still love her though.
She is pretty great.
I love her.
Is that yeah? Oh yeah, and then there's all the sequels and
things
that are done based off of the original works of his. Your Return to Salem's Lot, your Pet Sematary 2s, your Children of the Corn 2, 3, 4, 5, 666.
Ooh, nice.
Children of the Corn Revelation.
That's too many Children of the Corn. That's way too many.
Children of the Corn Genesis. Children of the Corn Runaway. Pet Sematary Bloodlines.
The fuck?
Yeah, there's a million things.
Are there? I'm sorry. Are there 9 Children of the Corn?
Yes. Including.
What are you talking about?
Including one released this year, and one released in 2018.
Get out of here.
Yeah, he. I think out of his hands, a lot of that stuff is garbage.
Yeah.
In his hands, I don't know. Maybe it's also garbage. Back to the Night Flyer.
Yeah.
So the director, Mark Pavia, has done fucking nothing. He did one movie after this in 2016.
Oh, just after a brief 19-year hiatus.
Yeah,
there's another major player in this movie who has done fuck all.
Is it Miguel Ferrer?
No, you leave Miguel alone. He's a wonderful character actor. Yeah. Julie Entwistle.
Oh, Julie Entwistle.
The female lead has done
2 movies.
2 movies, both in 1997.
Yep.
She is the female lead in The Night Flyer, and she plays student in In and Out.
Yeah.
And that I believe aptly describes her Hollywood career, In and Out.
Do you think she got diddled?
I think Harvey Weinstein raped her.
Harvey got to her?
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, I mean, she doesn't even have an IMDb or a Wikipedia page. There's literally nothing about her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's weird.
Very strange.
Julie Entwistle, what happened to you?
I think she'd be cute if she had a non-shitty 90s haircut.
Yes, I agree.
Right?
She reminded me of Phoebe Cates for a while.
Yep.
I was like, oh, we're going to show your tits?
She did not show her tits.
No, she didn't.
Regrettably.
I mean... Here's something I just learned right this second.
I love learning.
She's married to the director. So maybe that's why... Maybe it was just like a...
Explains a little something.
Maybe it was like she's not really into acting, but her husband put her in the movie, and
it was just
maybe he had something to do with...
It was filming next door to In and Out.
Very, very possible.
And they're like, we need one more part, because I don't think she has any lines in and Out. I think she is a student.
I don't know. She only appeared in the movie. She was cut out of In and Out, so she's not even. She's
not even on screen.
Movie.
She's on screen in one thing. Yeah. Her husband's movie.
And she was working on another movie called Slice, but it was
when she was murdered.
But it was stopped before it completed shooting, so nothing. She's married to director Mark Pavia, moved to LA. That's
great.
They divorced several years later, and she now lives in Los Angeles.
Sisters doing it for themselves?
I guess so. Hollywood wasn't all it was cut out to be. It was interesting to experience being... This is her.
Yeah.
Experienced, but breaking into the movie television business is very hard and very competitive. It can be exhausting physically, mentally, psychologically, emotionally, and spiritually. It was also related to being homesick for New York, and that her marriage fucking sucked. So those are like why she disappeared. Right. But yeah, so she literally is in one movie and filmed stuff for 2 other movies, and then Dunzo.
She did an okay job in this.
I thought she was okay.
She wasn't bad
for being her first big thing.
She was better than the magazine editor, who I thought was pretty bad and over the top.
He was really over the top. Yeah, he sucked. He gave me vibes of
Joey Pants.
Oh, a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Or the guy from Ghostbusters 2.
Dan Aykroyd.
No, the guy who was the curator of the museum, who was doing all the what's his fucking name?
Bill Murray.
I mean, the overacting, yes, but
no, the museum guy who is going too hard.
Yes.
He
gave me vibes of him.
Yeah, I agree.
I guess he also kind of looks like him.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, but so number one, I'm glad somebody picked a movie that was 93 minutes. Because that's
very nice.
That's the perfect fucking time to watch a movie.
Very nice. Very digestible.
Yeah, so Miguel Ferrer works for like a National Enquirer type publication.
Yeah.
And I'd forgotten that the best line of the movie is in the first 5 minutes of the movie.
It's like the third line of the movie.
I always thought it was later in the movie.
No, they come in hot.
First thing.
Come in hot.
So he's like kind of like the number one reporter as far as like he always gets the like gory, bloody...
He's the senior reporter.
He's like the scumbag who goes to crime scenes and like sneaks behind the police lines and photographs like somebody's brains literally all over the ground.
Severed head, severed clit,
bitten off dicks. Yeah, he's going to Nigeria a lot. Yeah. So he busted.
Also, I love that we're just dealing with leading man Miguel Ferrer. This is the first time he's ever been above the line.
Yeah. I forgot he's dead.
He is dead.
I was like, man, he hasn't done anything in a long time, and then realized, 2017, R.I.P.
Yeah, pretty young when he died.
Yeah, but I think it was lung or throat cancer.
It was some kind of cancer,
smoking, because everybody cool smoked back then.
I mean,
he was the coolest of the cool.
I would be mad if he didn't smoke. He looks like he should.
He looks like he should smoke. Does he smoke in this? Yeah, he does.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, he does. There you go.
Yep.
So we're introduced to him. He walks into the office. He grabs a newspaper, realizes that his main story on the front page doesn't have a picture of a dead baby he took.
Yeah.
And he turns to the blonde bimbo who's holding the paper, and he yells at her as if it was her decision.
Yeah.
Where's my goddamn dead baby picture? And she like, I don't know.
I don't know.
Work here. And so he goes in the office, yells at his boss. But that's one of the only things of dialogue I could remember from this movie is him yelling about his dead baby picture.
It's the best line.
So his boss pretty much tells him like, I can't print that. that's pushing the boundaries a little too far, and Miguel has a big freak out, which you're gonna learn is a very frequent thing in this movie of him consistently yelling and freaking out about.
He's an angry man.
He's got some issues.
Yeah.
So he's given his boss gives him, there's this mysterious thing that's happening involving like a murder at small airports at the plane.
And we got a cold open.
Sorry, we did get the cold open. I totally forgot about the cold open. Yeah.
Yeah, where we're at like the just tiny one strip airfield.
Airplane,
and this plane lands, and the air traffic guy or the one guy who works at the airfield
at night.
Yeah, and and the plane's there, but nobody gets out of the plane, and he goes and checks on it. Then he hears something around the other side of the plane, and then opens the plane, sees gross stuff in the plane, and. Was that the face slash, or was that the door? Oh, I mean, it was both.
It was both. It was boom, boom, boom.
We bopped him with the door, and then big old face claw, and he's fucking dead.
Fucking dead.
And then we see dude walking away, full ass cloak.
Yeah.
I'm like, we're going for it.
We are going for it. In fact, we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought the cloak was wild. I'm like, I didn't know. I forgot that Stephen King often doesn't do subtle.
He does not do subtle.
So that was fun.
So he's offered this story. He says that's below my fucking pay grade. Literally he says you already know the make and model and serial number,
tail number
on the plane.
What's your tail number?
1.
Number 1 tail.
I got 1 tail. So he's like, they're gonna fucking catch him. That's a dumb story. I'm not gonna do it. So now we get introduced to noted Hollywood fame actress.
Yeah,
I've already forgotten her name.
Julie
Newsome.
Julie Newmar.
Yeah,
it's Catwoman.
And he's gonna offer the story to her. So now Miguel's being a cocksucker and mad about shit, doing other stories, and then realizes that this girl is now doing the story, and the story is starting to escalate because there's another
murders. Yeah,
and he goes, well, fucking give me the story. What's this bitch doing? And he goes, well, I already gave it to her. He goes yeah, but I'm a better reporter. And he goes,
I'm the guy.
He's like, how about this? You go do the story, and I'll just give you the story out from under her and fuck her. And it's like, yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
But then also he's still letting her do the editor. The editor is still letting her do all of the legwork on talking to the police and getting reports and all this.
And and not telling Miguel. He's doing it under out from under Miguel. I'm like, and it appears the editor is just doing it to fuck with him. To stir shit.
Yeah, just to fuck with him.
Just to be a fucker.
Because I think at one point later on he just goes God, I love this job.
Yeah, and then sits back in his chair and laughs in the dark.
Yeah.
like people do.
Yeah. I mean, I guess if you're the editor-in-chief of a National Enquirer type production, you're kind of a piece of shit.
I guess
I can't imagine there's a lot of good people working for the National Enquirer.
Probably not.
That's
fair.
Oprah dying of cancer and also might have murdered her first husband. You're none of those are true. First of all, she's a lesbian.
She's gay.
Even though she won't admit it.
Yeah.
So now they're both investigating it, and he's doing it along his lines, which is going to airfield. He's also a pilot, which is very convenient for the story.
Very convenient.
He knows how to fly.
The movie doesn't
planes.
work if he doesn't fly small planes.
If he's going to drive from airfield to airfield, it's not the same movie.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
So that's pretty funny.
Conveniently, he's the #1 reporter for this publication, doing
pilot.
A story about a night flyer landing at airports and murdering people, and he also can fly a plane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Very convenient.
Yeah.
So he's going to all these airfields. He goes to where the most recent murder is, talks to a guy working on the strip about it. The guy is very much the, you don't want to go down that rod.
Scott, note. Does every fucking Stephen King movie have a don't want to go down that rod guy?
It sure fucking does.
Because
I wish it was Herman Munster, but it's not. But
this was sad James Cromwell.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. He's like,
This is things didn't work out, James Cromwell.
I saw them every day. They're like my best friends, and it's terrible. And like, well, did you get a good look? I don't know. It was just a plane, and a man got out of it. I don't know.
Might have been wearing a comical Halloween cloak. I don't know.
Might have been very silly looking. So, yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say the reason new girl is at the Inquirer is because the previous woman in that position, the news got to her.
Yeah.
And
all of the scumbag reporting really did a number on her mental health.
So she suffocated herself in the bathtub with her clothes on.
With her clothes on.
Which, I don't know if the bath was necessary. I think
not really.
I think Stephen King doesn't understand suicides, and he heard about like slitting your wrists in the tub, and he's like, "Oh, I guess you do however you're killing yourself, you do it in the tub with your clothes."
Everybody
on.
does a suicide fully clothed in the bathtub.
Yeah.
So what's a different thing I can do? I don't know, like put a bag over your head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I was a fan.
Yeah. I think in my head. Between viewings, you know, the decades-long difference, I thought I was of the impression that he had killed her.
Miguel.
Yeah. I got like between watchings, I was like, I'm pretty sure he like when they talk about it, I was like, yeah, I thought he killed her, but I think that's just because it at the end, like he went and took pictures of her.
Yes, he went.
Right, so like I think I just confused the two.
Right,
but I was like, did he kill her so that he could be the one doing all of the reporting, and he like just gets all of the fame?
Sure.
But I was like, obviously that's not what happened. But like, yeah. So.
And also the new girl is getting like some better scoops than him because she knows how to use the internet.
Yes. Yeah.
So I was like, no fair, this bitch knows how to use computers.
Yep. And also, too, like, just the demeanor of, like, on the phone, and they're like, I'll hold. And then him's like, no, I'm not gonna fucking wait on hold. And then just, like, slams the phone down. You're like, I see why she's getting more information than him.
Yeah. But, yeah, she figured out a way with her computer to, like, get into the police databases.
She's a hacker.
She's a hacker.
It's a 90s movie. She's got to be a hacker. Mm-hmm. You can't tell me there's a woman who knows how to use computers, and she's not a hacker.
But she isn't dressed like the 50-year-old from NCIS.
That is true. 60-year-old.
True.
Yeah.
So how do I know she doesn't...
She's so hot and young.
She doesn't read as hacker.
She could be a grandma. Yeah, so she's doing it all like sort of like the bright-eyed new reporter, like by the book, and he's like, fuck it, I'm gonna go pretend to be I'm gonna
impersonate FBI.
Yeah, I'm gonna vaguely imply that I'm a federal officer.
Yeah.
But and I'm gonna make these people like let me go into the morgue so I can take photos.
He also got like more brazen with it as the movie went on, because like the first time they're like, are you a cop? He's like, yeah, something like that. Yeah. And then in the next scene he has like a fake FBI badge. He's like, I'm special agent.
Special agent Mulder.
Also, I love that his name was Rick Dees.
Rick Dees nuts.
Rick Dees in the weekly top 40. Remember that?
Yeah, I do. So at one point, so also like he's like such a scumbag reporter that he'll like go and move things in a crime scene to get what he wants, because he randomly comes across a massive car accident.
What was the deal with that?
I don't know. I think it was just because he said like, oh, like jackpot or something, didn't he?
Yeah.
And so like there was just
it had nothing to do with
car accident. But I think it was just to show that he's literally willing to do whatever he can to get the
not
shot.
Subtle.
So he goes over to the accident,
a gruesome car accident,
and he like kicks a woman's dead body so that her arm falls off of her face.
Yeah.
And then he gets a better shot of it. So after I think it's maybe the second murder or might be the third murder. Third murder. Good movie. Korean movie.
Hirokazu Koreeda.
Korean movie. Great movie. He goes to the burial site of the guy who got murdered the second time, on the second one, I think.
Yes.
and
Goes to his tombstone.
Stages like he kicks the tombstone so it's a little bit bent.
Crooked.
Then he cuts his hand and smears his own blood all over it.
Yeah.
And then he starts taking pictures. Some random.
Oh, and also, like, those were the two obvious things. I actually liked the more subtle thing where there were new flowers on that grave, and he went to a different grave, took shittier flowers, put them on the grave
dying
for the
flowers
picture.
in frame. That was pretty funny. Some random nighttime custodian of the like just shows up, was like, did you put that blood there? He's like, no, it's the other guy, he ran away, he's over there.
Drew, shut up for a minute. I have breaking ass news.
Sure.
The father and by proxy his son have been banned from every golf course in Burnaby.
Nice. Nice. Aw, poor son.
Poor son, you got a bad dad. You should get the hell out of there when you're 18.
Yeah.
That's Scott's advice of the week.
What is happening here? I think there's news.
Do you have breaking news? Are you just trying? Did you get jealous that I had breaking
Yeah,
news?
I had to go dig deep to find.
Now
some
you're
news,
trying to one up me.
Because I just didn't want you to have fun.
Anything new from at Tigerman Tweets?
Yeah, he's proposing to somebody else.
Oh, I won't have it.
Breaking news.
Oh boy.
Of a guy we love, and by we love I mean we don't give a shit about. Freedom star and former world deathmatch champion Drew Parker.
Yep.
Announced his retirement from professional wrestling.
Pussy.
Coward. Keep fighting. Keep fighting the power. Also, there's a bunch of stuff going on right now about All In, and he might not be able to go.
Cash Wheeler?
Yeah, so I don't know, man. Let's
stay tuned for next week, guys.
It's gonna be wild.
We're gonna be detailing the worst, most successful show in wrestling history next week.
Yeah, but also like, way to just ruin the best possible match. Like, you couldn't have waited till you got back to pull a gun on somebody.
I know, yeah.
Like, literally, like, hey, what is actively the greatest match currently that AEW could put on? Because Danielson's hurt, so you can't do Danielson. And you're like, yeah,
that's bar none the best tag match.
Exactly. And then you're like, nah, I'm gonna pull a gun. Fuck it.
I'm gonna do.
I don't even want to do this.
I'm gonna do some southern shit.
Yeah. Oh man, that's fucking wild. R.I.P. Drew Parker, but also you suck.
Yeah, so stay tuned next week. We're gonna
be wild.
We're gonna have some takes.
If that match doesn't happen,
oh my God,
like it's gonna be crazy. Well, that's fun news for that dad and son.
It is.
Yeah. So, anyways, he stages this scene at the tombstone, and then he starts getting like these flashes of like murder scenes, and it like you can feel this presence sort of watching him. So as he's going further, more murders are happening, but they don't ever actually show. They don't actively show the murders. They show people getting murdered, or they show first-person view from who's doing the murders. Yeah, but you never actually see anybody killing it.
You don't see anything besides a cloak.
Besides a cloak.
Yeah,
and
also it does start getting personal for Miguel a bit, because there's one point where he's in like a motel room, and then he he has a nightmare, and he has a nightmare, and then he wakes up in real world and opens the curtains, and like stop now or whatever is like written in blood or whatever on the window. Yeah.
And he gets a second one of those too, where he goes to the bar, he orders a drink, someone sends him a Bloody Mary, and then he goes, "Who the fuck is this?" He goes, "Oh, from your friend at the end of the bar," and there's like nobody there. He lifts the cup, and underneath, written in just red ink, says "Stop now."
Stop looking, whatever.
Yeah. So obviously, like, whoever's doing this can tell that
he knows that Miguel's onto him,
coming after him.
Yeah.
So now,
and like doesn't like it's because it seems like the guy could probably kill Miguel if he wanted to, but he's just like, no, just back off. Yeah. Let me do my thing.
I mean, yeah, it is kind of. I mean, obviously, you're not going to have the story or the movie if he just goes like, "This guy's on me, I'm going to fucking kill him." Like, obviously, that doesn't make sense. But I think, like, I look at it as maybe his blood is tainted. maybe, or something like that. So it's
Yeah.
like if I eat him, he's gonna taste like shit. So I'm gonna just go for like the innocence, because that is kind of like the base story of a lot of vampire stuff.
Yeah,
is that they want like the innocent, the pure, so that it doesn't taste like shit. And then if you're gonna eat a guy who's a scumbag who smokes cigarettes and probably is a sexual predator, then it's gonna taste bad. So then so now it's like he and the girl both realize they're still both working on the story.
Yeah, they like run into each other at the same hotel
that their boss knows they're both staying at, and is just like, "Oh, this is gonna be good."
This boss is a fucking idiot.
Now they've both decided that they like.
You know what?
They've run cold.
Yeah.
There's no more information.
We should team up.
They should team up, and she doesn't really trust him at first, but he somehow just like very easily convinces her like. No, I'm on the up and up now. Listen, I'm just as screwed as you. Let's just work together. And she's like, yeah, okay. Like, you stupid bitch. So now they go in the hotel room and they're phoning all these like little airports around.
Don't find where he'll next strike.
And none of them are giving him anything. It's like it's a montage of like her being a real journalist and him just yelling at people on the phone.
Him just being unreasonably angry at everything.
And then there's one left on the list, and they're like, well, he's not going to go to Wilmington.
That was too big.
It's too big. And then he just goes,
let's just try it.
Give me the fucking phone. And he calls, and then there's like the person who answers is very weird about it and hangs up. Yeah. And so they kind of are
I think it's literally like
do you have a Cessna?
Hey there, do you have a Cessna tail number Bravo Lima
black with red
101? And they're like insanely long pause. No.
Bam. They're like, well, that's the one. Because the Night Flyer has been putting like kind of a spell on the people at the airports. And
it's weird. Yeah. I don't exactly understand his MO.
Yeah.
Sometimes he hypnotizes you for a day and then kills you.
Yeah.
And then sometimes he just kills you right away.
Yeah. I think
rendering the hypnosis worthless.
So somebody over the course of the movie had said, well, maybe he just waits until he's really hungry. Like he's hungry again.
Yeah, they did say like I guess the non-hypnosis guy was a snack, and the other one
or something like that.
Because do they taste better when he trances them up a bit?
Transes
them up a bit first. And
I don't know, maybe
one was an old couple.
Yeah,
and who were like tranced for a day before like that night. I'd love to know what he does during maybe
he sleeps.
I guess he sleeps
in the plane.
He sleeps in his curtained plane.
Yeah.
While they just like wander around the city
errands and stuff,
and get her hair permed.
He got him to clean his plane for him.
Yeah.
And then the woman went and got a haircut and
she got prettied up
to look like his, spoiler alert, dead wife.
Yeah.
And then he like
it was really funny
fucked her and sucked her.
But very funny when they said the old lady was 62. I'm like,
ooh, yeah.
She's 62.
Yeah.
She looks 20 years older than my 74-year-old parents.
Yeah.
I'm like, if that woman is shoot 62, she's lived a tough life.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna. I was like, 90s, 60s is like haggard and disgusting.
People
and
really are living longer and looking better.
yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. She looked like an 85-year-old woman.
Yeah,
and you're like
62. Like Christopher Daniels is 62. Minoru Suzuki is 62.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like that's nuts.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if I can find this bitch's real age.
120.
The Night Flyer has a 36 Metascore.
Yeah, I think it's like it's a 3.0 even on Letterboxd.
That's a lot. That's a 60 Metascore, so that's a lot better.
And on IMDb, it is a 6.0.
A 6, yeah.
So that's fine. I'd give it around that.
There's not a lot of cast members of this movie that have pictures beside them on IMDb.
Yep.
So it may
or an IMDb listing
or an IMDb
or a
at
Wikipedia page or
so
it's almost as if this was a bad 90s movie that nobody wanted to do.
It may take me a sec to find.
Fine. I'll keep talking. You can look. I'll keep talking.
And also, a lot of these, decent number of these people only did
this movie?
the Night Flyer.
Maybe they were the actual people that worked at those airfields, and they were like, well, it's just easier to cast actual people that work here than worrying about finding people to work at an airfield.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe. So they realize he's going to the Wilmington airport. He tells her to go get her stuff. She goes back to her hotel room. When she comes back, he's like not there. And then he like hides somewhere, throws a blanket over her head and says, this is way too easy. Like you are so dumb. This is the easiest thing I've ever done. Shoves her in a closet, locks her in the closet, and then he takes off.
I was so hoping he would fuck her over, and he
did.
he absolutely delivered. I was thrilled. The woman has only done this movie.
And there's no age, I assume, right? Because if she's not...
No age on IMDb. Let's see if anything on Elizabeth McCormick. There appear to be more famous Elizabeth McCormicks than her. I will never find her age.
You will never know anything about this lady.
Yeah, very sad.
Ellen's... Yep. I can't do anything for you. You are on your own. Yeah, so he takes off. He goes to the airfield in Wilmington. But he's
Have we done Scary Dog yet?
Ooh, yeah, no. Scary Dog was like
It's before he screws her over, according to
third
my
murder,
notes.
I think.
Yeah, he goes like to the house of one of the victims.
Yeah.
Looks through the house, leaves the house. There's a scary dog on the roof of the house.
Yeah, and when they first show the dog, it's very unnatural.
Yes.
Yeah, it's almost like it has rape. Like
it's eating its own leg.
Yeah, it was very, very scary.
It was
it's
scary.
Not Cujo, but it's pretty scary.
No, I didn't like it. And then then it's like on the roof stalking him.
Yeah.
And he's getting to his car.
Yeah. Then he gets a very quick picture of it, and then runs to his car.
And then sprints to his car, close the door. The dog is 1 inch behind him.
Yeah.
But then he looks back, and the dog is back on the roof.
It's still on the roof. It didn't move.
Yeah.
And then when he drives away and looks in the rearview mirror, there's
no dog on the roof,
There
period.
was no dog.
And I wrote, I guarantee Scary Dog will never be explained. And I was correct.
No, but I think what the idea is that it's manifesting his fears.
I guess,
because he sees like dead people, like the premonitions of dead stuff, or the things he's done in the past.
Yeah, this one wasn't played as a premonition though.
No, but I think
it didn't have like the flash or whatever.
The Night Flyer is trying to scare him away.
Yes,
and so this guy's obviously afraid of dogs.
Yeah,
so I think that's what it is. I don't know that it would. Yeah, it's not going to get explained, but I think that's what the explanation is.
Basically, yeah.
So he's flying to this airfield, and he calls into the tower, and he asks again about the plane, but before he can get any answer, he just starts hearing a bunch of
people
screaming
are being murdered.
and blood-curdling screams and like murder happening.
Yeah.
So he lands, and instead of like investigating right away, he sees the plane.
Yeah.
So he goes to the plane, he gets inside. I don't understand why the plane on the inside was just covered in blood.
Caked in old blood. Like every dial and instrument is covered in dried blood.
I don't understand that.
You can't see anything.
Like you would have, you don't think that the Night Flyer would clean?
Yeah.
Like,
got a lot of questions.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So one of the at the earlier point when he was talking to the you don't want to go down that road.
Yeah.
The guy told him about when he saw the plane in the morning, there was like a pile of earth.
Yeah.
That had like looked like it had fallen out of the back of the plane.
Yeah, with like
maggots and worms and stuff. And he said like something dead was in there.
Yeah.
And when he gets to now when he sees the plane, he goes inside, covered in blood. He finds an old like 20s or 30s photo album of a man and a woman, like wedding photos, whatever.
Charles Lindbergh and Amelia Earhart.
Kind of, yes. And then you see a photo of him like next to a plane. Then he's in a plane. The man in a plane and stuff. Then he goes into the back and he opens up this like curtainy panel area, and there's just like a ton of earth there with bugs and maggots. And then the copies of the fake National Enquirer that have stories about the supposed Night Flyer, or like that they're going to do an expose on the Night Flyer.
Yeah.
And so he leaves the plane. He goes into the terminal and just sees like a massacre of bodies.
It is a real massacre.
There's blood, there's bodies everywhere, and you can still sort of hear some screaming, although you never see anybody.
Yeah.
So then he goes deeper in and he starts just like taking pictures and he's like getting.
We do get a dead kid, and
There is a dead kid.
I always respect that.
I like maybe that's a dead baby picture, although she was like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
But still kind of a baby. And then he goes.
We got a zombie baby.
We do get a zombie baby.
Yeah.
He goes and takes a picture of a guy, and then he has a flash.
Yeah.
And it's something he had seen when he was getting the premonitions.
Yeah.
And then he kind of just like breaks down a little bit, and he's like, no
maybe.
more.
Yeah.
Like maybe I've finally crossed the line.
Maybe I'm too gross.
So he goes to leave, and he goes to the bathroom because when you're freaked out in a place where there's been murder, you go to the bathroom.
Yep.
Washes his face, whatever. I thought this scene was maybe the best scene in the movie.
It's a good scene.
Because of the practical effects and just like the creepy aura of everything.
Yep.
So he's at the sinks washing his hands. There's a bunch of mirrors in front of him.
Yep.
And you can see the reflection of a bunch of mirrors behind, a bunch of urinals behind him.
Yeah.
So he's washing his hands and kind of patting his face, taking a breath.
Yeah.
And then you can hear footsteps walk in.
Yeah.
Then you see at one of the urinals a bunch of blood pee.
Blood piss.
Because I guess when you drink blood, you pee
Drew,
blood.
if you only drink blood, you'll pee blood.
Apparently, one day we'll have to do only the white powder donuts, and then the next day we'll have to do nothing but drinking blood.
Yeah.
And see if we pee blood.
Red pee, white poo.
Red pee, white poo.
Yeah.
So just a bunch of red pee goes onto the urinal, then stops.
Yeah.
Then you can hear more footsteps, and he kind of like, he doesn't turn around.
No.
Miguel's staring at the mirror.
Yeah. And there's no reflection in the mirror.
And there's no reflection. And then you hear the footsteps walking towards him, and then all of the mirrors next to him are smashing. But the way that they did it was like, they must have done like something attached to the back of the mirror
behind
through
it.
the wall.
Yes.
Because you can see it like pop in.
Yeah.
And it looks really cool.
good.
Like, as far as practical effects go, it's
cool.
very, very cool. So then the footsteps get closer, and then you can see, as the audience, this black figure step behind him.
Not in the mirror.
Not in the mirror, and you don't see any face. You just see the black outline and the cloak. And they have this conversation where he says, listen, you need to fucking stop. I'm not going to kill you.
I'm not going to kill you.
But you need to fucking stop. And if you don't stop, it's going to be very bad for you.
Yeah.
And it's a very tense conversation, and you never see him, and then he starts to walk out.
And bad guy says like a real like we're not so different, you and me. Bloodlust. And blah blah blah.
We thrive off of carnage or something like that.
You're a bad guy too.
Yeah,
and he is.
He's very much a bad guy.
Yeah.
So he walks away, and then Miguel runs out after him, and he goes, "Show me your face." He's like, I need to see your face.
And he made Miguel like take the film out of his camera.
Oh yeah, he destroyed the film and the camera.
Yeah,
and then and when he destroys the film, you can see these like
monster
hands pulling it out. So then he says, "You have to show me your face," and then he's at the far end, back to him, and he said, I knew this was gonna happen. He's like, you're not kind of like not prepared for this, and he turns around, and he's got just this full like half bat, half man face.
It's not your traditional vampire.
No, it's of actual like Batman.
It's a monster man.
Yeah, and he opens his mouth really wide. And
really
he's got
wide.
These two huge, one in the bottom and one in the top, like fangs.
Yeah,
it's not like your typical two on the top.
No,
it's like these two monster fangs,
which explains like the giant holes in the necks of the victim, because like they weren't just like they weren't vampire bites.
They weren't adorable little like suckies.
Yeah, it's like someone shoved a 4-inch diameter tube.
I think they said rail spikes. It looks like somebody stuffed rail spikes in both sides. Yeah. So he opens the mouth, and like it looks really good for 1997. Like it's gotta be practical with some CG, but CG isn't really like that good back then.
Yeah.
But it looked really good.
Yep.
And he does that, and he goes like kind of terrified for a second.
Yeah. And he's like, "Hey, if you fuck with me again, I'll swallow you whole."
Yeah. And then he walks over and cuts his wrist.
Yeah.
And forces him to drink his blood, which in vampire folklore makes you a vampire.
Yeah.
But it just causes him, because he said like, "You want to see hell, I can show you hell." I think is maybe the line.
It's something like that. Yeah.
And then he like goes into this like weird like transy thing,
the phantom zone.
And then he goes in the phantom zone, and he just starts seeing all of the ghosts and zombies of all of the people he's been taking these photos of for years.
Yeah.
And so it includes like the woman who killed herself in the bathtub. They worked for the paper, and I don't know if you saw, but when she was in the tub and had the bag over her head, the bag was like very slowly filling with blood.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I like that. That was a good visual.
Yeah.
And
all the dead people at the airport.
All of the dead people at the airport. Like, he's just surrounded by ghost zombies.
Yeah.
And he runs over and he grabs the most easy smashing of a glass covering an axe I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Just like a little tap and it shatters to pieces.
Yeah.
Grabs the axe and then just starts...
And also, like, they weren't really attacking him.
No,
like,
they were just surrounding him.
They were menacing him, but like...
the one guy grabbed him and said, like, we could be friends. I want to be friends.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I don't have friends. I'm a scumbag. They weren't doing anything, but I think just like he's terrified, obviously. So he grabs the axe and he just starts swinging at all these ghosts and zombies and chopping them down. And he's like, giving them the gears as he's chopping them down, like, fucking grab me, will you? Like, whatever. And then he there's a quick snap out. You hear somebody say, "Drop the weapon."
Yeah.
And he kind of snaps out of it back into where he is.
Yeah.
And there's two police officers there pointing guns at him. He's got the axe. And
he's hacking up one of the bodies.
He was hacking up one of the bodies, and there's just fucking carnage everywhere.
Yeah.
And then the female reporter shows up, and she comes in, and they're like, "Who the fuck are you?" She's like, "I'm a reporter." Like, fucking stay out of here.
How about
this is a goddamn
active crime scene,
right? And because I guess
beat it, toots.
Miguel's like in such a state of like confusion and murder that he like charges towards the police officers. Yeah. They fucking
blam.
There's a really good neck blow.
Yeah,
like the bullet, and it's like a very good practical.
Yeah.
So he drops, and then the police sort of like get around him, and they say, "Who is it?" And she's like, "It's fucking Mike D's nuts." And they're like, So she pulls out her camera and she kind of is like, the moment of, do I become like him?
Am I the one that gets the gross pictures?
Yeah,
now?
like, or do I, like, and she just kind of goes like, "Yeah, sorry, like, fucking sucks to be you, buddy." And then she just takes a picture of him.
Yeah.
And then
she looks out the window.
And the Night Flyer's walking back to his, oh no! You see his real face for a second.
Yes, I think she just sees cloak.
But we see his real face.
Yeah.
So he gets to the edge of like the outdoors.
They give each other a thumbs up and a wink.
Yeah, and he's like just like a regular like looking 30s or 40s guy.
Yeah,
and he's
Howard Hughes.
He's Howard Hughes.
He's the aviator.
He's the aviator. Yeah.
That was my takeaway.
And so he walks to the plane and then gets in the plane, and the plane takes off, and now she's a fucking hero, and he's the front cover of the paper, and he is being like, he's the Night Flyer. It says like reporter for paper, doubling moonlights as Night Flyer, and it's just a picture of his dead face on the front cover with a little excerpt of her. And I like that he was
got the byline.
He was calling her Jimmy the whole time.
He was calling her Jimmy Olsen,
because Jimmy Olsen, which was very funny. And then her name was blah 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 Jimmy, whatever the fuck her name was. Like, that was pretty cute.
Julie, Jimmy, and Whistle.
So like, that was pretty fun. But yeah, like I like these movies a lot because they don't take themselves seriously at all.
Yeah.
And they're just like, they do all these like fun practical effects. They are like, maybe it looks like shit, but also it's fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I really like this movie. I'm glad I rewatched it because I probably wouldn't go back and rewatch it because I'm just like, yeah, it's good. Same thing with like, I don't know the last time I watched Thinner was, but I know Thinner's really fun.
Yep.
Especially the payoff at the end.
Yeah, great payoff.
I think like most of his stories, because
it's got lizard TF.
It does have lizard TF.
Yep.
Most stories and like things like that, like, everybody's so bad at doing the payoff.
Yeah.
I feel like King's pretty good at doing the payoff. Like, I mean, obviously we said The Mist because The Mist is fucking the best, but like, yeah, like this has a great payoff. Thinner's got a great payoff. I think Graveyard Shift has a really good payoff. I think there's bat TF in that.
Oh, interesting.
Or there might just be a giant bat. It's been a long time.
The Lamp Monster one has a good payoff. Yeah.
And then they just slide him a check for $10 million.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, like, Shawshank has a great payoff, a great end. I mean, like, Stand By Me is pretty good.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, he's actually one of the only people that's good at endings. Right?
Green Mile, Mouse Dies, I Cry.
Mouse Dies, Cry. There's been a lot of Scott crying talk today.
Two cries today.
You're softening up.
2 cries today.
I don't like it. You used to be tough.
You used to be tough.
You used to be made of stone, and now you're a real softy. I don't like it.
Yeah, Stephen King has twice made me cry.
Yeah, I mean, Green Mile definitely made me cry, and it's definitely at the part that makes you cry. I don't think anything else has got me. I mean, Cujo made me cry as a kid for different reasons.
Yeah.
And also original It also made me cry for
original It is so scary when you're a kid.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I was too young to be seeing both of those movies.
I was also too young to be seeing it. Yeah. I've actually never seen Cujo.
It might not have the same
I don't know if it would
for you because you're an adult and you're not afraid of dogs.
Yeah, I just hate them.
But
and I'm racist towards
You're
them.
racist, and racism's not scary for us. Unless I go to the wrong side of the tracks, then I'm terrified.
Absolutely.
But yeah, as a kid, terrifying.
Yeah.
That was terrifying to me. For whatever reason, Gremlins was terrifying for me because I was also too young to be seeing it.
Fair.
And Critters was...
Which is just other Gremlins.
Right? But I think it's like things that could be under your bed and you're like 8 or 9 years old seeing that movie when you shouldn't be. Thanks a lot, UPN on the weekends.
Assholes. Was there another like third tier below Critters Gremlins type movie? Like... Is Munchies a thing?
Munchies is a thing, but I don't know if it's along the same lines. There is one. You're right. There's definitely...
Creepy crawlies. Little guys. Was it called Lil Guys?
Lil Guys. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Somebody's screaming at us right now. It's this stupid. It's this stupid. But like, I really can't think of it.
I might be thinking of Munchies, or I might be thinking of another thing.
I don't think...
But I think there is another thing.
Munchies is definitely a thing. I
would hate...
It is Munchies.
It's Munchies.
Okay, it is Munchies. Yeah, yeah. What the fuck am I thinking of then?
There might be another one.
Well, I don't know if you're aware of this, but most of the 80s was just ripping off other things from the 80s. So, yeah. And I remember... vaguely being afraid of Leprechaun, but not because Leprechaun is terrifying, but because I was afraid that if I ever made a wish that something terrible would happen to me. So that's why I was like, I never want to get wishes. Nobody give me wishes, please. I'm terrified.
I've got the other one for you.
Okay.
Ghoulies.
Ghoulies. Yeah, Ghoulies.
It's Ghoulies.
How about Critters 3 starring Leonardo DiCaprio?
Don't mind if I do. How about Critters 4 starring...
If you pull this...
Don Keith Opper.
Sure.
There, Brad Dourif.
Okay, but he's in everything.
He's a person.
That doesn't count. He's in everything. At one point...
Ghoulies got 4?
Yeah, there's 4 Ghoulies.
There's 4 Ghoulies?
I think there's 5 Critters.
5 Critters. 4 Ghoulies.
Oh, no, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Critters Bounty Hunter.
Oh, I missed Critters Bounty Hunter.
Critters Attack 2019, which, if I remember correctly... No, I don't think there's... And then there was a Critters TV show.
Of course there was.
In 2019 on what fucking... Tubi original, I don't know.
UPN.
No, it was Tubi, I don't know. I don't fucking know what it was on, but yeah, 1 season, 8 episodes, Critters, a new binge.
I'm guessing it was on a streaming service.
Probably, and it looks like they might only be 10-minute episodes, so it might have just
been
maybe
it's a web series.
An internet thing, series. Ugh.
Anyway, that's all fine and well, but I really have to go to the bathroom.
Nah, we're gonna keep talking. We're not even at 3 hours yet.
I would love if we didn't.
Fine. Everyone know that you're missing out on content because Scott has to pee or poo or both.
It's a both.
Oh boy!
But out of one hole, I'm going cloaca today. I guess that's the end of the show.
I want to give you a clap for that.